live. Let me just go ahead and pull everything up to make sure we are all locked and loaded. I almost said lock and keyed, but then I was like, have standards. Don't make that joke. Don't make that joke. Don't make a lock and key joke already. All right. Yeah, let's just make sure everything's all good to go. Pulling up the Twitch side. Everything on the YouTube side is looking good, looking nice. All right, the Twitch side is looking good too. There we go. All right, let me just make sure I can get the YouTube chat over here. And bada bing, bada boom. And we are good. Hello, hello, hello. We were getting here a little bit later than I like to normally start streaming on Wednesdays, but that's just because I work late. Listen, that's just kind of like the flaw of... I will basically stream almost every Wednesday unless, like, things get really, really bad. Or if, like, again, like, last week I didn't stream, but that's because, like, people needed me, like, in real life. So, like, that's always going to, like, kind of trump. That was an interesting notification. Wait, what? What's wrong? I lost my streak? Wait. How did you lose your streak? Where are you... Oh, it was because of the Expedition 33 stream. I kind of blocked that out of my memory somehow. I don't even know how that happened. Yeah, we streamed Expedition 33 on Sunday, and I was thinking they being like, well, how did you lose your streak? You were here during the Little Nightmare stuff, and I was like, right, there's been one stream between then. Hey, listen, that just means that you gotta, like, get that, streak back up, you know? That's all you gotta do. It's easy, as simple as that. But yeah, like, having, like, real-life things that, like, need me urgently, like, that's always gonna kind of trump over, like, streaming and that kind of stuff. That's just how life is gonna be, you know. But outside of that, like, we basically have a stream guaranteed every Wednesday. But like sometimes that does mean we're gonna be getting a little bit later, you know. That's just kind of like the flaws of it. That's kind of like just what happens with it. Because the reason we have a stream guaranteed every single Wednesday is because I work all day Wednesday, so it's like by the time I'm done with work, there's not really time for anything else to happen in the day. So that's why I'm like, that's why I'm going to make sure, like, every Wednesday we set aside for streaming. Also, hello there, Flowey. How's it been? How's it going? How you doing? Also, we're just kind of sitting here in the menu right now, like the options menu. This is such nice art. I love the way that the eyes are drawn right now. Like, everything about this, like, looks so nice right off the bat. Like, this is such a pleasant game, especially, like, listen to that music. This sounds like music that you'd do on, like, be listening to on, like, guided meditation stuff, you know? Just on, like, some very, like, nice, like, maybe not, like, guided meditation, but, like, you know, like, when you're trying to, like, chill and relax, like, that type of thing, you know? It's very pleasant. But yeah, we're already here on the menus, God, speaking's hard. Why do I do this? On the option screen, just because I wanted to have it full screen instead of windows, but it looked better. But since we're here, we might as well just look around. We have a screen shake, transitions. Because A Tithe in Blood has me, like, paralyzed with fear now. Now I'm like, do I click off of these things to check, like, on other stuff and all that kind of things? I don't know. It might crash. Open dyslexic. We're gonna try it with Artegra Sans on. Also, I've never heard of Artegra Sans. God, don't take me back to Undertale. I don't need a triplet introduced. But yeah, open dyslexic. That'll be nicer if I mess up enough things. Skip unseen. Okay. There's not too much there. Oh, Thompson. Oh, we got a freaking trophy already. Oh my gosh. Also, yeah, I guess we're just kind of into this already. Let's talk about the day and everything. Greeting, darkness. It has indeed been an interval. Pray, how fares your existence? It has been definitely a thing. I've been working on my abdominal, trying to get some abs. That's one of my New Year's goals, is to get some abs going. I think my Twitch bugging. What's wrong with your Twitch? What's going on there? So I've been doing a lot of planks, crunches, Russian twist, you know, that whole kind of thing. And as someone who hasn't, like, done any, like, abdominal exercises in, like, probably, like, about 3-ish years now, I'm in so much pain. Let me rejoin real quick. Okay, we will be right here. Do not worry. I might as well, since you're, like, coming back in, I might as well just repeat, since you were the one who asked the question. You know, I'd be rude to just go on being like, all right, well, anyways, bye. Back. Is everything working for you? How's everything working, Andrew? Also, welcome in. How are you doing tonight? How has it been since our last interval? But yeah, I've been doing a lot of ab exercises because I want some abs. I want some good old muscles on the stomach. That's always been a goal of mine ever since I started working out, but it's been like, it like stutters with a glitch. Is that like, Flower, are you having like similar issues, or is it just Maybe I just have bad ping? Maybe, but Flowey, are you having like very similar issues right now? How's it going for you? Or are we all good there? Because it looks like everything's all good here. Let me... Nope. I got ad struck too. Rip. Oof. Rip. Rip. Okay, well, yeah, everything, like, looks to be good. Yeah. Guess it was, I wasn't paying attention. Oh. Well, if it isn't glitching on you right now, then that's totally fine. That's all that we need to know, you know? So yeah, I've been working a lot on that, and I am in so much pain because, again, these are muscles that haven't been used for anything outside of laughing in so freaking long. So, like, I am in so much pain, but it's like the good kind of pain. It's not like I'm saying, like, life is agony, life is suffering. It's more of like, I'm coding an AI chatbot for my friend's Discord server. Oh, you know how to do that kind of stuff? What the freak? What kind of AI chatbot is it? Like, is it like, what kind of specific thing does it do? So that's been a whole thing. And then, I got so demotivated today. What? No comment? Wait, what do you mean? That only makes me more suspicious. But if you want your secrets, you can keep them. Keep them safe. You don't need to tell us. It's all right. Weird Twitch bug. Anyways, welcome back. But I've been like, I was highly motivated up until this week for a lot of things. I was like, I'm really getting back into art and like studying and practicing and like doing like all that, like studying anatomies, muscles, perspectives, getting the foundations down or the fundamentals down. And then I kind of hit a wall. Like I just kind of like lost all motivation for it. Same thing with like writing. Whereas like in December, I think I wrote around like 10,000 words. I've barely written like 1,000 words this month so far. And so I feel like I just kind of need a little break from things, because along with that, I was also working on some videos. Like, you know, I'm constantly editing videos in the background, just getting things going. And I was kind of like planning out the schedule because I want to have a bunch ready by summer, because that's when I'm going to start uploading. And I was like, I think if I get this done today, this done tomorrow, this done Friday, this done Monday, this done Tuesday, this video will be done and I can get on to the next one. And then while I was sitting there working, I was also like planning out like, okay, and then if I do these on this day, this on this day, this on this day, then I can get like the next video I'm working on done in this time frame. And I was like getting excited. I was getting jazzed for it because I love scheduling things and having like a plan in mind before I do things like that. But those plans didn't account for one thing. Well, I guess technically two things. I fell behind schedule when I was working on the section of the video I was working on. I was like, this should only take me an hour. It took me 2 hours, and I'm not done with it yet, so I kind of had to push that back another day. I was like, I think it's probably going to take me another day to finish this part alone. So I kind of throws off the entire plans. And then, what was the other thing that happened? There was another... Oh, and then I realized I forgot about a whole step of this process, because like I'm going through, like, I cut it all down, I sync up all the audios with the footage and everything like that. I go through and adjust a lot of images, because it's a video where a lot of images and stills are being put in over the course of it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm just going on this long spiel so I can, like, then I look back at the Twitch chat and, like, be yapping with you guys more. Like, so I go through all of that, and then I'm getting, like, sound effects, visual effects, like, all that kind of stuff added in. But when I was planning everything out, I forgot about the sound effects and visual effects part. So I was like, I need to add in, like, another day at least to this. So, like, everything's kind of falling behind schedule, which, like, that didn't fully demotivate me, but it's just kind of along with, like, everything else. I'm like, I think I just need to take, like, a few weeks off from, like, working on things. Like, I think I need to take a few weeks off from, like, writing, from drawing, and from editing videos, and, like, kind of, like, just recharge, you know? Just, like, do other things, essentially. But I'm one of those people, like, if I'm not working on things, I tend to get, like, a lot of anxiety. And, like, I generally don't know what I would be doing if not those things. Because, like, writing and drawing and all, like, this stuff, like, these are my hobbies. So it's like, if I'm not doing those things, then, like, I don't know what I'd be doing. So yeah, it's an interesting position to be in right now. Let's go back and look at this stuff that you guys have been saying. I'm kidding. It's just for a character. They're like, okay. Again, impressive that you know how to do stuff like that. I like working with AI chatbots. It's funny. I feel like that had to be, like, complicated, actually. Like, because like I don't know a whole lot about AI chatbots. I'll admit that first and foremost. I don't know a whole lot about them. But isn't like the whole thing that they have come with like a lot of personality, and they like also like know a lot of history about the character, so it's like a lot of like things like that. Hooray, art, dang 10K. Yeah, I was really cooking through. I was like really cooking. And then like I've been like again, just the motivation and like the drive has just like slipped away, which is like very normal. It's like a very like normal average thing that happens, and it's very healthy to take breaks. Again, I'm just someone who struggles to take these kinds of breaks. Because it's one of those things like I don't know what I do, because this is also like what I enjoy, but I'm getting burnt out on the things I enjoy. Riley, want to continue on my horror story, but I started in 2023, and I only recently recovered it, so it's hard to remember everything. That's actually like I relate to that a lot in a way. I used to have a Reddit account where I'd upload horror stories to, as creepypastas, that whole kind of shebang. And then I lost my account information, and I've sent in so many things to be like, can I get the password reset? Can I get the password reset? Can I get the password reset? Nothing works. Like, Reddit has absolutely refused to work with me on it, and that was years and years ago. And then over November and a little bit of December, I was like, you know, I really enjoyed working on this like specific story. Let me work on that a little bit. So I wrote like 2 chapters of that. But then I was kind of like, I think I really want to just focus on like the main thing that I'm writing. So then I can like, you know, get something done and published essentially, instead of like spreading my brain and time between like 90 different projects. I should really like boil it down to a couple. Like I've had like, because that's a bad thing for me, is I have a bad issue of starting 1,000 things and then spreading myself so thin I can't like dedicate time to any of them essentially. So I've really had to like one of my goals for the new year is that I'm grabbing all of those things that I'm working on and I'm shaving off basically everything, and I'm like, oh, I will get to these later. I need to focus up and get to working on things right now. First chapter had 38k words and was finished. Second part currently at, wait, when you say like chapter, do you mean like chapter 1 of a book kind of chapter, or do you mean like, oh, like this is like the first section of the story, you know? Is that what you mean by chapter? Because like 38k words is a ridiculous amount for a single chapter if you're like talking about like chapter 1 of a book. What? Sorry, I'm not listening. I have a worse attention span than you sometimes. Well, listen, I don't know what part you zoned out at. I don't know which part you wanted what repeated. Full book? Okay, that's a lot better. That's so much better, because again, I'm one of those people like I've definitely fallen into like, oh, if a book has like a 30-page chapter, I'm not here for that, dog. Instead, I'd rather read 6 5-page chapters or 5 6-page chapters. I'm one of those kinds of people. And like, I tried explaining that to my dad, and he doesn't understand it. And I will admit, he doesn't understand it because it's nonsense, essentially. It doesn't make any sense like why people's brains work that way, but I know so many people who are like, yeah, no, I'd also rather read like 10 short chapters instead of 1 or 2 like really long chapters, you know? I'm trying to remember the chapter name. Horror story book, The Night Watcher, chapter 1. Geez, took a sec, lol. That's the name. Well, what's it about? Drop the ad. What's it about, dog? And is this something that you're like working on publishing, or did you say it was online somewhere? I don't remember exactly. Or is this just something that you're working on, you haven't done anything like that with yet? I did print 1 IRL copy, but it took 38 papers. Wait, 38? Like, you mean like 38 just like sheets of paper? Because like that, I don't think that's like big enough to fit 38k words onto it. If it's just 38 pages of paper, I don't know if that's enough. I wrote it online, just something to cure boredom, lol. Hey, listen, that's so fair. Again, writing, it, like, I don't know. And I think, I mean, that's just human nature. I think, like, anything kind of creative like that is just, like, people, like, find to be incredibly fulfilling. That's why people do, like, drawing or painting or, like, writing music or composing, like, all that kind of stuff. And, like, writing, like, that falls into that. People have, like, this desire to, like, express and, like, create, essentially. So I feel like that's a very normal thing. Paper is truly magic, you know, I guess. I guess if you printed it at, like, 1-sized font, I could definitely see you getting it on there. And it was about 3 higher beings being tortured, a main cast, and eventually finding a weakness. Oh, it was about 3 higher beings torturing a main cast and eventually finding weaknesses. Okay. I read that in like in a weird like dyslexic way, where it's like, and it was about 3 higher beings being tortured and a main cast eventually finding weak. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. That's a weird sentence, but no, that makes sense. I'll probably fix it somewhat eventually. It's just hard. Oh no, for sure. Like any, again, like any kind of like these like creative fields, again, like writing and like all that kind of stuff. Like it's very hard. Like these are skills that you have to hone and like be like consistent and good at to like really like get it, you know? Goofy dyslexia, I know, for real. I should probably have this on, but we're not going to. Also, yeah, we have a lot of extras here. And by a lot of extras, I mean we have this one so far, Sherry Cohen. I did write one in a space theme horror too. Oh, what is that? What's that one about? What's that one about? Because I've never really like experienced like too much like space horror. I think it's like interesting, but like like any kind of I don't know what it is. Sci-fi like almost never interests me. There's something like you could take like any plot of any fantasy show and instead of having it be like magic and all of this fantasy nonsense, just have it be sci-fi nonsense, and suddenly my interest just like completely plummets. I don't know what it is. Like I'm saying, like genuinely, like what is like a sci-fi story that I really love? And I'm like, I cannot think of one. And the same thing kind of goes with horror. Like I've had Alien Isolation on my Steam library for like years, and I've just like never ever gotten to it because I'm like, I'm just not interested. And I'm also like, I've been thinking about like watching like the Alien movies for like so long, and I'm like, it just doesn't interest me in that way. But like I've heard so many good things and I love horror, so it's like, why do I not, you know? I don't have any skills, I'm just winging it. Well, but that's the thing with skills though, is like even if you're winging it, you're still building something up, you know what I mean? You're still building up the ability to wing it, you know, which will help you write better in your specific style. It's a really good site for story and choices and stuff. Raw 1 sec, infinitestory.com. Okay, so it's like a choose your own adventure type thing? I fixed filter. Oh, for real, Alien movies are cool, but I just haven't seen them. I know, like, I've heard so many, like, nothing but good things, specifically about the first one. I think first and second I've heard good things about. Like, I know for sure number 1, less confident about number 2, as people typically are when it comes to that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something about it has never interested me in a way. Like, I'll think about the Alien movies and be like, oh, they sound so cool, I should really watch them. And then, like, the few times I go to, like, watch something, I'll be like, I could watch Welcome to Derry. It's right there, you know? I could just watch that instead, you know? But also, Stephen King horror is so weird. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before, but I think it's, like, so weird how not scary his things are, which is I think one of the reasons why he's so popular is because people like, I think the general audiences like lighter horror where it's not actually like biting your nails terrifying. People don't like generally like to be scared that much, you know? That's why like the popular horror games like tend to like not be on like the scariest side of things, you know? Because every single time, like, I've watched everything in the It franchise, specifically, like, from, like, the 2017 onwards thing, and I've heard, like, oh, they're horrifying, oh my gosh, they're crazy, they're the scariest movies, like, out there. And I was sitting there watching it, and, like, every single time, like, anything scary was being set up, it just kind of ended with someone making a goofy face or saying a Marvel one-liner. I'm like, what am I supposed to be scared of right now? And the site is free, same with making an account. That's nice, because I've been on other choose-your-own-adventure type sites, and, like, they're always like, oh, if you want to, like, really do stuff on this, time to make an account and do some donations, have fun, and it's like, oh, I'd rather not, actually. I'd rather not do it. Doesn't even take long, and you can make your own stuff with it, though maybe I got a bit too into it. I don't... Wait, oh, that's my story, not the space one, but normal one I did in high school. Dang. I really need to get that Discord finished. Me and Tracy spent so much time making that Discord, and then I just, like, never sat down to put the finishing touches on it, because, like, we could just, like, share it, like, on there, but, like, I don't have a Discord. If you want, you could just drop the name of it, and then, like, I can look that up later, if you want. Because, yeah, It's just kind of like the sucky part of like, if I let you send in links, then that makes it easier for the bots, and more of the bots will slip through. Because you guys don't see all the, like, despite the fact the amount of bots y'all do see whenever we stream, that's like only half of the amount of bots. Like, there are constant like notifications on my end of being like, someone's trying to send links in your stuff. Like, are you gonna let them? A short door riddle by Andrew12. You know, I do like that your branding is consistent across the board. I do like that. But yeah, no, I'll definitely check that out. And you said that was the normal one, not the space one. Okay, okay. Hey, listen, now I'm suddenly a lot more interested in it. 401 choices and 239 rooms. That's great. Like, I've always thought, like, I mean, I mentioned it in one of the streams we did earlier, but I'm currently working on a game, and I was like, should I do, like, multiple routes in it? Because, like, it would make sense with there being multiple routes, but I was like, but that's a lot of extra stuff being put into it to, like, do, like, multiple choice stuff. Like, that kind of stuff is, like, always, like, so impressive to me. Like, even, like, stuff like Telltale, where, like, their games tend to not have, like, that much actual, like, variance depending on the choices you make. I'm like, whoa, this one decision led to 2 different things? Like, that's crazy. So, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, tickles, like, my dumb little baboon brain. And not gonna lie, you can make it really short. I mean, I figured you could, like, make each of, like, the chapters, like, very short to, like, help facilitate you actually being able to, like, implement a lot of choices, you know? So, like, that makes a lot of sense. But I think with that being said, we're about 20 minutes into the stream so far. How about we actually, like, get on into the game? Let's go over, is there any way to, like, go back to, like, oh, return to title. Yeah, let's look at the title screen. Look at this, because we haven't actually been on this at all the entire time, but look how pretty and cute this is. Oh my gosh. Also, listen, there's gonna be one character that I simp for every single time we do this, and I can already tell right here, it's gonna be her. I love everything about her design. Her curly hair, her big ol' hat, her, like, her eyes, like, her little cat face, like, I could already tell. I could already tell. Oh yeah, game, peak. And if you find my profile, you can also see other stories I made. That's really cool. I wish so bad that I could find the login for my, like, get the login for my Reddit account. Because I've been writing them, and I've even been trying to incorporate the fact that, like, the Reddit account's, like, essentially dead into the story. Because that's how, like, because I, like, upload them to No Sleep. And on there, a big part of it is, like, kind of pretending and, like, role-playing that everything you're posting there is, like, real and stuff. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, like, make this, like, a 6-year time skip, and the fact that this is on a new Reddit account, plot relevant. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm a bet there's gonna be a red hair antagonist. I'm calling it. What makes you think that? What makes you think that? I think it'd be so funny if you actually just look like a plot synopsis of the game. You're like, yep, the killer has red hair. That's my bet. But yeah, with all that, let's get on into it. Boop. In the beginning, there was only darkness. In the beginning. Oh. And from that darkness, 2 beings emerged, benevolence and malice. From them, our universe was born. And within that universe, one small planet was chosen as the eternal battleground. Their eternal battleground. Neither being had a physical form, and so they could not battle directly. And so a new species was born. This species would one day grow to include the proxy soldiers meant to fight their battles for them. Those soldiers were the magical girls. Malice was the first to create such soldiers. It reached out to the cruel, to the greedy, to the uncaring. It offered them great power as reward for their service, but also bestowed a new form upon them, a twisted and monstrous form that reflected their true nature. These monsters, bound to one day succumb fully to their transformation and exist as no more than mindless beasts, came to be known by a single name. The Consumed. These Consumed lived normal lives by day, but embraced their cruelty by night. Their existence was kept a secret so as to better facilitate their activities without resistance. Benevolence saw these beasts and knew that there was only one way to combat them, not by driving humans into paranoia and violence, but by creating warriors of its own. I saw the compassion, the love, the desire to do good that existed within the hearts of young women. These qualities represented Benevolence's ideals more strongly than any other humans. And so they were chosen to be these champions of light. Benevolence came to them without deceit. It told them the truth of the universe, and told them of the dangers they would face by joining this battle. None were forced up to take up arms. Only those prepared to brave the dangers of battle for the sake of their fellow human beings took up the sacred calling. These brave warriors were granted a new form of their own, but one that would not last. To make room for the next generation and to safeguard those whose powers might wane with age, their form and abilities would disappear upon reaching 30 years of age. But as long as they had that power within them, as long as they felt the desire to defend the world from evil, they would be known as magical girls. For millennia, magical girls have worked together to protect our world from the forces of malice. While the world at large may never know of them, these hidden warriors have saved countless lives. And for every war, it began with a single question. One that came first in a dream, then once again in the waking world. Do you want to protect this world? I do. Oh, do I have to click it? There we go. Cohen. I'm probably mispronouncing that name horribly. Wait. Hang on, what are we talking about over here? Hang on. Sometimes the site is buggy though, but it's not often, just slow. Okay. As long as it's just slow, then like, I mean, that's fine. That's whatever. Love Infinite Story. Wait, 26% chance. Boo. I can read images. I didn't program it to do that. My God, it's learning. Kill it now before it gets too powerful. Get rid of it. That's actually, whenever people like say stuff like that, where it's like, oh, this AI that I programmed to do this thing and not this thing is learning how to do the thing I didn't program it to do. It's like, that's bad. That's not good. Magic. Also, I have a pufferfish as my profile picture. It's funny. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, also, something I want to start doing this week is getting back to tweeting out that we're live. That's something I want to get back to doing. Let me do that really quick, actually. Blip. I know we just started, and this is completely throwing off the flow of the entire thing, but we're just gonna be doing that. Oh, hang on. I got onto Twitter, and I'm distracted. What the freak is this thing? It looks so cool. Anyway, sorry. My apologies. I'm favoriting that to look at later. Here, what do I even usually say during these? Hang on. We live. We live with Lock. Hang on. Lock and Key. Bye. And let me actually like get the tags going in here so I can probably do it. Twitter bird. So true. Also, there are so many people like posting like these like, oh, you click on it and like to get like the full image, like splitting things into four. Like, I think that's so cool. I feel like that's so like such a cool format for things. It doesn't work at all on mobile though. It does not work in any way on mobile. I'm getting so distracted by all these things. Okay, that's magic. It's blue on my end, but in the stream it's red. Huh. Wait, do you mean the bird? Are you talking about? Is that what you're talking about? The bird? Because on my end it's red. That's so weird if it's like those are different colors. Also, oh my gosh, I haven't like posted anything on here. I need to get back. That's something I need to get back into doing. Outside of like the one time I was like coming after the AI bros, I really haven't posted anything. I need to do that again. Huh. It's a blue bird emoji. Wait, hang on. Let me check the dang on everywhere for me. Everywhere for me. It's it's red. That's so weird. That's really, really weird. Here, let me just scroll down a little bit. I want to make sure I get this at correct. Very do. Also, there are too many indie games coming out that I wanna look into and wanna play. There's so many. That's like the vast majority of like my Twitter follows are artists and then indie developers. That is like that's what I do. um hang on. Boop 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 boop. Dark, is it a magician? Dark stream has literal magic. Dark is a magician. Oh my gosh. Is that what I should try to get as an alternate outfit? I should try and dress up as as Dark Magician Girl? Wait, no. That actually would have been like kind of perfect. A Dark Magician Girl for the Magical Girl game, that actually would have been like incredibly good. Like what the freak? That, well, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity there. Uh, anyways. All right. We are. Hang on. Almost done. Almost done. With clown makeup would be insane. Wait, magic top hat, yippee. With clown makeup would be insanely peak. Wait, dark magician girl with um clown makeup? Is that what you're saying at me right now? Because like, listen, as a clown enjoyer myself, um, yes, sir. I'm like, I haven't ever thought. Hang on, I'm going to do a quick little search. Um, hang on, dark magician girl clown makeup. I'm seeing if anyone's ever made this before. Nope. No one's ever done that before. What if I do just Dark Magician Girl Clown? No, there's apparently Magical Girls versus Clown Control is an ongoing debate in the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom, apparently. That's apparently a thing. I don't know what Clown Control is, but you know, that's fine. Yo, he could be the first. World record. Yeah, let me just hit up my VTuber artist and be like, "Hey, listen. Let's skip everything and go for clown control." Yo, do you know what that means? Is that something that you understand? Is that something that you're like well aware of or something? Like, what are you talking about? Um anyways. No idea. Very well. That's fair. That's fair. Um oh, also I probably should be putting this stuff in like the Alon server, but it's fine. We're not even going. Okay, something I should have mentioned at the beginning. We're not even gonna be going live for that long today, cause I'm so tired and I've been sleeping horrendously for like weeks now, and I really need to like get that stuff fixed. You know. Also, this is the slowest I've ever like tweeted something out. I'm being like so slow right now. Again, this such good content, such good content. I should have just been like, nah, we're good. We're good. We don't need to do this today. But again, I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to do better, Senator. You know? I'm trying to do a lot of improvements in my life right now. And getting out and tweeting more and like that kind of shenanigans, that's where it starts, baby. That's where it starts. Um hang on. Wait, I may have found an itch in game of it. Do you mean an itch.io game of it? Hang on. What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain, elaborate, expand upon that. Um, but yeah, no. And because of like my horrendous sleep, I feel like I've been on the precipice of getting sick for like 2 weeks now. I thought I was gonna get sick last week. Well, drop with the name of it, dog. I want to see Clown Dark Magician Girl or whatever it is that you found. I want to see that. Um, but yeah, I I've been getting on like the precipice of getting sick now for a while. And I've been feeling it all since like last week. And again, I'm not sick. It's not like one of those things like, oh, I'm like I have a fever or like a bad or anything like nausea or anything like that. It's just like I feel Like, my throat has, like, a little tingle in it, especially today. It's been very bad today, but that's because I slept like garbage today. Well, dog, just drop it. Drop the name. What are you beating around the bush for? Are you gonna tell me it's porn or something? Are you gonna tell me it's hentai? Listen, drop the app. I'm so sorry. Yes. Dog, did I stutter? Oh, I'm funny. But yeah, no, my throat's actually like really hurting today. So again, we're not going to be going for very long, just so I can try and actually get to sleep tonight. And because my throat isn't doing great. So anyways, you know, I kind of thought about continuing the bit right there, Andrew, but be like, listen, dog, dang and lol sure don't sound like the name of a game right now, but whatever. But anyways, moving on. Huh? Hang on, let's move the mouse way over yonder. There we go. There's a game called Joker's Trip, 18 plus. Okay, well now I am curious because that sounds silly. I promise we'll get to the game at some point. All right, that's enough internet for me. Is it like bad? Joker's Trip. Demo by Clown Control? What the freak? Why is this such like a perfect thing of what we were just talking about? What the freak? 18 plus. I'm not seeing anything on it. It's literally just bringing up Persona. It's just bringing up Persona. That is all that I'm getting for it. Anyways, oh, there we go. Anyways, now that we're done with that, now that that side tangent is completely gone and obliterated and over, let's Persona. Well, because like the main guy of Persona 5 is Joker. He's the Joker, baby. So of course that's what's going to come up. Anyways, back to the game. We're so good at this. We're so good at streaming and staying on topic and being cool and awesome here. For real. Oh yeah, I thought Batman Joker. No. Persona Joker. Oh, for some reason. I mean, excuse me, I had a tiny little hiccup there. I mean, it's fair. I'm pretty sure I just said Joker or whatever, so. Anyways, actually to the game. You done here? If I don't get my team on the scene soon, CPD, God, that was hard for me to say. CPD is going to have my ass. And dealing with them on a good day is already torture. I sigh and roll my eyes. The only thing worse than a case I can't crack is one where I have to deal with the cops. But I guess that's par for the course when you're looking for a serial killer. Locked room killer added. I wish I could just tell them to piss off and let me focus. But a night in jail and a very worried wife were enough to keep me from trying that again. Again? At least Nat is nice enough to let me check out the scene. But that doesn't make up for the dirty looks I get from everyone else here. I guess they're not a fan of some punk doing their job for them. Give me a few more minutes. I want to inspect the body again. Just hurry it up, and for fuck's sake, wear some gloves this time. Yeah. Why? Oh, I hate Magic 8 Ball. Also, I thought I moved the redeems off of there. What the freak did that? Were there multiple redeem? Did a redeem come over the chat and over the game? Whatever. I love Twitch. It's my favorite, personally. It's my favorite. Favorite what? I'll let you decide. Anyways, I'm free, teehee. What do you mean you're free? Yeah. I can't explain to them why I need to touch things directly to use my powers on them, or why every time I do, I can't help but think of how this all started. It was easier when I was a kid. Back then, all it took was a dropped pen to find a consumed layer. Dealing with humans hurting other humans is much harder, not to mention more depressing. Can I have the room for a second? Are you seriously asking me to leave you alone in a crime scene? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Nat sighs and throws up her hands. She owes me and she knows it. Fine, but if you breathe a word of this to anyone, the next crime scene is going to be at your house. Natasha Rubinsky added to your data. For all Nat's bluster, I'll take dealing with her over dealing with actual cops any day of the week. At least she can't get away with attacking me. Which is a lot more than I can say for Chicago's finest. Bunch of pricks. She walks out with a huff, leaving me to work. As soon as she's gone, I remove one of my gloves and close my eyes. My powers of clairvoyance only work on inanimate objects. I was 15 when I first learned that includes corpses. That's a crazy thing to learn when you're 15. I thought you were going to be like, when I was 15, that's when I first learned about these powers. To just be like, what? What? Do you ever wish you could watch 3 streams at once but would be drowned out? What? Do you mean like I would be drowned out or you'd be drowned out? Because, you know, listen, if you have other people that you want to watch stream, I will not judge. I will not judge. Nat kinda Dom Tom girl. Listen, I already said I had my character to sim for. We just found the character that you're gonna sim for. That's all that it is, alright? But yeah, no, that's a crazy thing to learn when you're 15. At least it was a rarity back then. Back then I was actually saving lives, helping people, as opposed to whatever I do now. Your best, alright, girl? You're doing your best. With a sigh, I reach out and put my hand on the victim's body. Turn back the clock. Bring the past to me so that I might see the truth. For the sake of the innocent. What a busted power to have. Like, when she was, like, at full power, you know? What a busted power to have for that. Reflection in progress a few hours ago. Visions of the victims last 24 hours fill my mind. I can't see the finer details the way I could when I was younger, but I'm still able to track his movements and activities throughout the time period. I call the power Spirit Reflection. Most of the time, anyway. What do you mean most of the time? Some days I tend to call it Shitty Clairvoyance. You know what? That's so valid. Instead, it's not an inaccurate name. For starters, I can only see backwards, and even then, it's not nearly as powerful as real clairvoyance would be. All I can do is track down objects' movements and positions over the last 24 to 48 hours. If I had the murder weapon on hand, it'd be easy. I could find out where it came from and get a vague idea of who'd held it. But there's only so much I can tell from a corpse. I know this is his house and that he hadn't left home today. I can see him moving from room to room. Then I see him struggling, his movements growing erratic in the living room. He tries to fight back, but it's not enough. That's when it turns out the reason she can't see it is just because he's like fighting little ghosts. It's just a ghost. My eyes snap open as I yank my hand away, but the image doesn't leave my head. It'll probably be there for the rest of the day. I wipe off my hands and rub my temples. The same familiar questions filling my mind. What am I doing here? Why am I still getting involved in this shit? I've got a master's degree, for God's sake. Dang, look at you go, girl. You have a master's degree and you are a magical girl. Dang, I wish I could be half as accomplished as you were. I could be working at a hospital. Hell, I could have my own practice. Practice what? Anyways, I haven't been a magical girl for more than a decade, but I'm still getting myself wrapped up in mysteries. And what happens when I lose my powers next year? Am I just gonna screw around in crime scenes and make wild guesses? That could be funny. It's not like these are new thoughts, but they've gotten worse lately. Especially today. It's her day after all. My enhanced self-doubt is cut short by Nat slamming the door open again, looking at me with annoyance. Time's up. They're sending me and my team in now. Fine by me. I'm done here. Already solved the case and saved the day, Sherlock? Oh, totally. I'll have Moriarty in handcuffs for you by tomorrow morning. She doesn't respond, just jerking her hand towards the door in the universal gesture for get the hell out. I stand up and step back as her usual band of masked forensic guys file into the room. Nat glares at me as I continue to look around, blatantly ignoring her demand that I leave them be. It's not like it's illegal for me to be here, but her team has complained enough about me interfering enough already. Sherry, I'm not going to tell you again. Fine, I'm going. If the full forensic team is coming in, then cops are sure to follow, and they'd be all too pleased to make me a scapegoat. I must have some nerve trying to actually solve the crime instead of finding some poor bastard to pin it on. Oh, the commentary is getting real. Sure, they don't understand my methods, but I've still got a better track record than any of their esteemed detectives. Okay, yeah, well, you have superpowers. I don't know what that's to say. But anyways, I am on your side. Besides, I'm in no hurry to tell them that my method is being a former magical girl. They think I'm weird enough as is. Not like I care what they think, but still. I don't exactly miss fighting consumed, but sometimes I feel like I'd rather be risking my life fighting monsters than dealing with cops. At least then I was saving lives instead of just picking up the pieces. Dang. Also, the untucked shirt on one side, banger look. Um, I mean, the Tom girl missing. That was a struggle for you. That was a struggle for you. Listen, we all struggle without our love, and if Nat is your love, then I understand why you're struggling. Yo, my Tom girl, let's go. You go, girl. Perfect, perfect. You are exactly the kind of support she needs. Um, the wind whips against my face as I drive home, but I don't even feel it. I'm too preoccupied with thoughts of getting some rest when I get there. 15 minutes later, I barely make it to the couch before my aching muscles protest. Even through the sore back and knee pain, something about the case I just left doesn't sit well with me. But I can't figure out what it is. I was literally about to ask it, why is she like in so much pain and sore? But I'm like, she's almost 30. That's really all the reason you need. But I can't figure out what it is. It's not like I haven't dealt with a murder before. Hell, I've even dealt with multiple murders before. Maybe it's the lack of evidence. Nothing from my powers and nothing from the surroundings. Entry point, murder weapon, any physical indication that someone else had entered the house. None of it. But that's not new either. There are plenty of cases where the cops ruined the scene before I had a chance to get there. My mind keeps turning, checking every possibility before discarding it. Logically, there's no reason for me to feel so uneasy this time around, but I can't shake the feeling that something's off. Eventually, I shut my eyes with a resigned sigh. All I have are maybes, and I'm really sick of maybes. If I could just find one certainty. The Cohen household added to your data. God, this game's so pretty. This game is so pretty. My train of thought grinds to a halt as I look towards the source of the sun splashing sound. It isn't rain or anything like it. Rather, it's coming from right outside the door. Hello? I sit up from the puddle and find a strange, pinkish liquid seeping under the door. It glides across the floor without any trace left behind. If I didn't know any better, I'd be freaking out. Instead, I just sigh. She's like, that's my magical girl right there. The door was unlocked, you know. You could have just come in normally. A voice emanates from the puddle. A very cute voice. Yeah, but where's the fun in that? As I watch, the liquid comes together into one point and begins to solidify, rising into a pillar before taking the shape of a beautiful woman. Long black hair streams down, the newly formed head as the remaining facial features take their place. Keely's eyes open and her mouth forms into a mischievous smile. There's no way I'm going to let the last year of shapeshifting pass me by without at least a few pranks. That one is a classic after all. If by classic you mean grossing me out for over a decade, then yes, it certainly is a classic. That's exactly what I mean. Keely Cohen added to your data. I sit up and make room for her on the couch, patting the cushion beside me. Welcome home, baby. I lean my head back as she bends down to kiss me, the warmth of her lips offering welcome comfort. I never really feel at home unless she's here with me. Aww. As soon as our lips part, she hops onto the couch to sit down next to me, resting her head against my shoulder and wrapping her arm around mine. We both let out a contented sigh in unison. This is the best part of the day. How was your day? Not too eventful. My Mark was home, so I had to settle for just looking around the place. I think I'll go back for whatever's in his safe this weekend. Wait, what? What? What are we talking about? Wait, you don't know what he's got in there? The guy's one of those rich executive types, so I'm sure it's something good. Besides, finding out is the fun part. It's not always about the money, you know. It's about the Mets, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, Sherry. That's why you're the best in the business, baby. Aw, thank you, sweetie. She gives me another kiss before snuggling closer to me. You'd never be able to tell by looking at her that she's one of the most notorious cat burglars in Chicago. Wait, the detective and the cat burglar are married? You know, it's perfect. That's how it should go, honestly. Then again, that's part of why she gets away with it. So valid. Of course, being a shapeshifter doesn't hurt either. You make any progress on the case today? I sigh, wishing I could just forget today's visions. This job would be a lot easier if they didn't linger in my mind for so long. Nothing useful. Yet another locked room mystery. It's just like the others. Either this guy's really good or I'm losing my touch faster than I thought. Don't say that, sweetie. There's never been a case Sherlock Cohen can't solve, right? I don't know. It's more than just being stumped. I feel kind of burnt out, you know? God, how does this keep happening? Every single time I start a Studio Lawn thing, it's the thing that I, like, what's going on with the characters is exactly what I need at the moment. I get you. I get you, girl. I don't know. Oh, we read that part. I did click forward. Like, I'm not sure if I even have the energy to see this case through, and putting up with the cops makes it even worse. Keely kisses my cheek. I can tell she's trying to hide the worry in her eyes for my sake, even though she knows she doesn't have to. Maybe you should retire early, honey. I know you're sick of dealing with them, and I've nabbed more than enough to set us up with a comfortable nest egg. I chuckle, running my fingers through her hair and kissing her forehead. And lose my chance to whine to you when I get home? Never. We both laugh at that one before settling into silence. I don't know how I'd make it through the day if I couldn't look forward to cuddling at the end of it. Also, I really like the way, like, the mouths are drawn. Like, they're drawn, like, more detailed than, like, the typical kind of, like, anime line. And whenever I try to draw mouths like this, they end up just looking a little bit like turtles. I'm not going to elaborate further on that. That's just like what they always end up looking like when I try to draw mouths like this. Maybe tomorrow you and I could go over the details of the case again. 2 heads are better than 1. And you know how good I am with murders. Don't say it like that. You sound like a serial killer. Unironically, I was about to say, is she also a killer? I do not. Besides, you know I'm more of a serial thriller. That was awful. Like, really awful. You're just jealous you didn't come up with it first. You'd think that after 12 years, her sense of humor would have improved. It hasn't. She's not wrong about being helpful, though. I might be good at putting together evidence in a pattern and drawing conclusions, but she's always been good at seeing the tiny details I might miss without her. I just always feel a bit guilty when I bring her in. She's got her own job, and making her do mine feels unfair. But maybe that's just me being stubborn. If you need me to break into the station and find out if they're keeping anything from you, I'm more than happy to. It's not like it'd be the first time. That was nearly 10 years ago. With those inflated police budgets, security would be way tighter than it was before. Cameras, more guards, that sort of thing. That sort of stuff. And you almost got caught last time, remember? Are you saying that I've gotten worse? No way. I'm just saying that they've gotten better. A lot better. Hey, you never know until you try. I bet I could do it. I give her a kiss on the cheek before shaking my head. SMH my head. What happened to the shy little high school girl that always looked before she leaped? Oh, her? I hear she got a lot less shy when she married a real troublemaker. A troublemaker, huh? The worst kind. I lift her head and kiss her again, much deeper this time. One of my hands moves to her side, drifting up and down her abdomen. But before I can go any further, she pulls away with a frown. We'll have to save this for later, honey. I need to get dinner started before Nina shows up. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Shit, I completely forgot she was coming over. If I let that slip, she'll never let me hear the end of it. And on today of all days, too. This case must be weighing on me even worse than I thought. I've never forgotten about how important today is before now. It'll be good to have her here, though. Maybe it'll be a distraction I need. Even if it is interrupting another kind of distraction. I'm going to go off on a limb and be like, is Nina going to be like a new magical girl? And they're going to be like, it's time to like train you, get you ready. Like, we've gone through this all before. Let's get you ready to do the same thing kind of thing. Ain't no way I found a game from before the 2000s. Dude, that's so rare. Like Pac-Man, Pong, Super Mario, The Legend of Zelda, Sonic the Hedgehog, Street Fighter, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter, I think 3 came out. Was Street Fighter? Yeah, Street Fighter 3 was before 2000. King of Fighter, technically Fatal Fury or whatever it's called. Granny's Garden. Okay, well, yeah, you got me on that one, dog. You got me. You got me on that one. I don't know that one in the slightest. Why, Andrew? Like when you're like looking, when you find these things, are you just like looking up obscure hidden games that no one's heard of? Like how do you find these things? An old witch? I'm the funny magic man. You are the funny magic man. Hang on. Granny's Garden, 1983. You know, when you said witch, I got excited. This is exactly what I should have been expecting, though. What the freak? Man, back in my day, games were simpler. You were just a grandma and you had a garden. That's all you needed. Now you need all these gosh darn finagled mechanics and depth. It's stupid. Yup. I just type old obscure games that no one has played. Lol. I can't tell if you're being serious on that one or not. I can't tell with that one. You gotta help me out a little bit here. It's a witch. I mean, that is exactly what it is. It is in fact a witch. Oh, whoa. Wait, this is so cool. 5:50 p.m. Cohen household, Sunday, 10th of March. 10th of March. That's so weird. Sunday, March 10th. Deduction process. Think, frustration, and guilt. Guilt is just like the normal part of the deduction process. Everyone goes through it. Photo mode. Whoa, what? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, hey, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm invading your personal space right now. Is this a little too close? Guy, just blink twice if you want me to back out. No? Okay, this is fine. Sweet. Pan. Wait, hang on. Wait, what is that button? Wait. No. Oh. Hang on. Wait, whoa. This is so, hang on. There's things behind my camera. Escape, return, quick lock, rotate, and then... I mean, you could do a lot of fun things with this. You could definitely do a lot of fun things with this. I wish that, like, what if there was, like, a way to, like, move the portraits around? I wonder if that would, like, mess with, like, the coding a lot, though. Like, when portraits have to, like, snap back into place. You know? Because it was, like, a twofold or something where, if, like, you rewind it, it does, like, weird things with, like, the sprites and, like, the coding and everything like that. Here. What happens if we go back? Okay, there we go. Hang on. Photo mode. This is so cool. This is so freaking weird. I've never seen a visual novel with this before. This is so fun. Oh, and we can see like more of their portraits. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. Oh, wait, have you already checked out the Motor Slice trailer? I think we did. I'm pretty sure we did that live, actually. Because I looked it up later when you talked to me about it. I was like, oh, yeah, we have watched this one before. I'm pretty sure we did, at least. Weird. I kind of dig it. I really like this. Also, this really, like, this is going to sound weird. I like how much the characters kind of stand out, like, from the background. Like, they don't stand out, like, in a bad way. Like, they just, like, feel, like, very distinct from it. Like, there's no, like, way, like, they're gonna, like, blend into the background at all. With, like, how, like, their outlines are done, like, the way that the colors, like, contrast, like, the background's, like, very well done on that part. Wait, hang on. You spin me right round, baby, right round. I love that. Again, the only thing... What does the pan mean, though? I don't know what that button is. I guess it just means move. Oh, yeah, it does just mean move. Okay. Beautiful. That was gorgeous. This is, like, some true, like, artistry on display right now. Anyways. Traction for when she gets here. Like, that photo mode's perfect. That's all I need. Even if it is interrupting another kind of distraction. In that case, I should probably go shower. I smell like a crime scene. I like your crime scene smell. And you think Nina would too? No. I mean, yeah. That's fair. I stand and stretch, letting out a long yawn. Hopefully a little cold water to the face will keep me awake through dinner. I owe her that much. I don't know how comfortable I feel with her being like, yeah, I think our friend would like the smell of a crime scene. I think that'd be awesome. You gonna need any help with dinner? I'll be okay. You can go ahead and clean yourself up. As I head towards the stairs and start to climb up, Keely calls out to me. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, babe? I'm really glad that shy little girl married that troublemaker. You and me both, honey. You and me both. Stop it. We've never had, like, I've never played a visual novel where, like, the couple's together at the beginning. Usually, like, the point of the game is to get to the point where they are smooching and being like, maybe we should get married, you know? That's always, like, the end goal. It's never been, like, the start of things. I'm like, this is so cute. I like it. It's so different. I don't know. Nino, welcome in, Rally. How's it going? How are you doing today? Welcome. I was watching another streamer read Please Be Happy. How is that going? Also, again, if you want to keep watching that, you feel no need to stay here. I will not be offended at all. I would totally understand. Also, oh, that's something I forgot to talk about. Okay, well, we'll link it in the next one. The stream's been derailed enough times already, but Please Be Happy is getting a physical release, like for console now, because I own the physical release version that they already had out, but there's now a physical console release version coming, and I am so excited. Listen, oh no. I need to buy this Please Be Happy for the fifth and sixth, or for the fourth and fifth time. Oh no, my poor wallet. How could they do this to me? But no, I'm so excited, especially because like um I think the it's gonna have like I don't know for sure, but like the Heart of the Woods one for the PS5 has the reversible case, with like this like incredibly gorgeous like spread of art on it. And I don't know for sure. I should probably ask about it. Actually, that'd be definitely something to ask for. But like I hope, I'm crossing my fingers that this also has like some kind of like reversible case on it. Unironically, if it has a reversible case, I might need to buy two versions of the PS5 version so that I can have both on display, because I do have like a Studio One shelf for like all the games, like physical stuff that I've bought. And so like if that happens, I might need an extra copy. Um, she's simping for Juliet. Yeah, I got that email too. Yeah, I saw it when they posted about it over on the socials, and then the email about it today. I'm like, oh, let's go! Finally, it's happening. Oh my gosh, because it like again, it's just so nice. It's just so nice. And again, I love this game enough. Like I'm not typically the type of person to like rebuy games that I already have. Please Be Happy is absolutely a game that like I will buy every release of essentially. So I'm still hyping for Endocopia, raw Endocopia peak. I will not be paying attention to this one though, because I want to play Lock and Key myself and don't want to get spoiled. No, that's absolutely totally fair. Again, if you don't want to pay attention or don't want to like stick around to get spoiled on it, that is totally fine, understandable. But just so you know, so far it is starting off really. I think it's starting off pretty strong. It has like a very intriguing opening. It has a very intriguing idea like from the forefront. And again, our main characters like are married and stuff. I'm like, ooh, that's different. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But I am in fact enjoying it so far. I say it's like, granted, we only played like 20 minutes of it because I talk too much. But well, that's how it goes. That's how it goes here. But yeah, with that being said, let's get back on it. I played the demo, but nothing beyond that. Okay. See, the demo came out and I was supposed to play it. And I was even wanting to set up with like the other Bellflowers to like see who wanted like to read it together. That's when I kind of fell off the face of the planet for a little while, so I never actually got around to it. Mm. But okay, so a decent bit. Not a decent bit, but like the demos for like visual novels tend to like be decently long, so there's a decent bit that you know. What are your thoughts on it so far from the demo you played? Granted, you haven't probably played the demo for a while, but what are your thoughts on it so far? Oh, also my throat is killing me. My throat is killing me. That was just like me like doing like a swallow of water, trying to be like, calm down, relax. Wait, Dark, have you played Splatoon? That is such a random question. Why do you ask? But the answer to that question is no, I have not. Um, I've been interested, but it's like I was interested because of the character designs. I liked a lot of like how like the squidlings or whatever they're called look, but then I actually watched the gameplay and I was like, eh. I was like it was a little eh for me. Splatoon is pretty cool. Aw, the twins are awesome. Is that the characters I think? I have some Splatoon character as like my. I have two profiles on my Switch. I have my main personal account, and then I have my content creator for recording, for streaming, that account on there. And I think I have a Splatoon character as my profile picture there. Splatoon twins. Yeah, I have the girl in the black and pink dress as my profile. I've definitely seen those characters before. anyways, anyways, music's really nice. Squid Sisters is their actual name, I think, or team name. I mean, hey, all I had to do was type in Splatoon T, and it brought up Splatoon Twins. That's all I'm gonna say. So I think you might be right. Boop. By the time I'm done showering, most of my stress has melted away. I can't fully get the image of the crime scene out of my head, but it only comes in flashes now. The house, the blood. Also, I think my YouTube stream just died. No. No. Wait, did it happen again? Wait, hang on. Are we good? Are we good on the YouTube or on the Twitch side? Are we all good here? Hang on. Oh no. Oh no, hang on. I mean, it looks like everything's running. Yeah, okay. The On my end, the Twitch died a little. Okay. Because the YouTube chat like stream just completely died for a second there. Then the Twitch chat was like definitely like freezing up a little bit. Twitch died a little. We got froze for a sec. Okay, well as long as we're going good. It looks like the YouTube side's still struggling a bit, but that's pretty normal. But the Twitch side looks to be doing pretty good now. Okay, okay, now we can actually get back into it. Boop. By the time I'm done showering, most of my stress has melted away. Oh god, that's been like unironically a bad habit I've gone into lately. I've found the shower to be such like a stress reliever, and I've been so stressed for the past couple of like weeks. That I've gone into a bad habit of taking like excruciatingly long showers, like 30, 40-minute long showers. I'm like, I gotta stop doing this. I have other things I need to do in the day than just sit here and soak, you know? Besides, that's what baths are for anyways. Granted, there's a weird thing. I don't know what it is about the running water. Like, I love baths. I love taking baths so much. The shower feels so much more relaxing. The only issue is that it's just constantly running water, so it uses up so much water, you know? If I ever find a way to stream, I'm going to replicate early 2006 type streams. I don't know what that means. You want to expand on that for me, buddy? By the time I'm done showering, most of my stress has melted away. I can't fully get the image of the crime scene out of my head, but it only comes in flashes now. The house, the blood, the frantic movements of the victim. Using spirit reflection always leaves me with some kind of after image, but at least that helps when it comes to studying details. I towel off and throw on a clean shirt before heading downstairs. As soon as I do, the smell of my wife's cooking banishes those last few lingering flashes. All I can think about now is how much I want to dig into some udon. It's incredible how delicious her cooking has gotten lately. There you are. I was starting to worry that you'd fallen asleep in there. No such luck. After the day I've had, I wouldn't mind a little shower power nap. She giggles and turns her head. This is a PSA. Don't do that. You might drown. She giggles and turns her head towards me, giving me one of those little smiles that still makes my heart flutter before going back to her preparations. God, I wish years into a marriage that I'm still this in love with my partner. That's always the thing. Like whenever I see so many people who are like, their marriage is like, I barely tolerate this person. We do things sometimes. Like, I want one of these kinds of marriages when I get older. One where, again, us smiling at each other still gives us each other like little like heart palpitations, you know? Healthy heart palpitations, obviously. She giggles and turns. Oh, we read that part. God, she's gorgeous. Don't worry too much about being tired. Nina might as well be a natural shot of espresso. Oh, is she already here? Not just yet, but I'm sure she'll show up any second. You know how she likes to travel. Well, hopefully she gives me enough time to do this. Mwah. I move up behind her, wrapping my arms around her waist and brushing my lips against her neck. She rewards me with a small yelp of surprise before letting out another giggle. Honey, I still have to finish this before she gets here. She can wait. Kisses first. Hello. Oh my god. Cher, can you stop being gay? What a sentence. Can you stop being gay for like 2 seconds so Kiki can get some of that in the bowl? I'm starving. We both whirl around in unison to come face to face with Nina. I sputter and let out a cough, a bit embarrassed about being caught in a moment of sappiness. As we face her, she breaks into a massive grin and lets out a squeal of delight. As always, her excitement is infectious enough to help me get over my initial embarrassment of being caught in the act. Oh no, you love your wife. Ugh. Nina Alencar. Before we have a chance to speak, she bounds over to pull us into a gigantic hug. I miss you both so much. Next time I go on tour, I'm taking you with me. No arguing. Good to see you again, Nina. But maybe you could use the door next time? No goddamn way. As long as I can teleport, I'm never touching a door in my life. I pat her back and she squeezes even tighter. She's got me grinning too now. We missed you too. I can't believe how long it's been. 2 years, 73 days, 18 hours, and 12 minutes. That's 2 years, 70... Why are you making me say that again? That's 2 years, 73 days, 18 hours, and 10 minutes too long. Okay, I understand. I understand why you're making me say it again. Did you seriously keep track of it down to the minute? Oh no, I'm 100% fucking with you right now. You really thought, though. She releases the hug, winking at me with another grin. 23 years, and you're still 23 years when you're still falling for the obvious ones. Get it together, Cher. So she keeps track of that one. Huh. No wonder I fell for it. Now, Nina. Play nice, unless you don't want seconds on Udon, that is. Nina bats her eyelashes and gives Keely the most innocent face she can muster. It's pretty good. I'll be good, Mom. I promise. I mean, you're younger than you. Yeah, but you've got it, like, big mom energy, you know? Is that a compliment? I think in today's day and age, that's definitely a compliment, you know? Duh. I know you two aren't exactly hip to modern lingo anymore, but that one's pretty obvious. Okay, so she agrees. So she understands. She understands. She's a Zoomer like me. Actually, is 30 Zoomer? I don't remember. You say that like you're not 30. Nina huffs and gives me a goofy scowl while Keely goes back to finishing up dinner. I'm 29, Cher, and I've still got a month before I turn into an old lady, and I'm going to make the most of it. All three of us are. So you're staying in Chicago all month then? You better believe it. I'm off tour for the next 3 months. We are going to tear this shit up. I don't have the heart to tell her that Keely and I have long since passed the tearing shit up phase. But even if we can't keep up with Nina's speed, I'm sure we'll have plenty of fun. The way we used to before. Sweetie, could you grab a few bowls for us? Nobody's going to be tearing up anything on an empty stomach. Nina bolts to her chair and sits down, vibrating with excitement. I swear, she's about to start drooling. I oblige my wife, grabbing us bowls and giving her a quick kiss before sitting down. Dinner is served. Oh, this is so cute. I also like the format of like the CGs. Like normally like they like take up like the whole screen and everything, but like kind of doing it like this like little pan flip like postcard kind of way. Like it's very cute. I love udon. Hang on, I need to check if I ever had udon before. Udon. Oh, I think I have. I don't remember, but this looks really good and like, oh yeah, no, I definitely have. Oh, yep. I just saw a different picture of it and like activated parts of my brain. There was a night when me, my aunt, and my uncle, we were going to go watch the first Smile movie in theaters because me and her love horror movies, and we force my uncle to engage with them with us, you know? He sits on the couch and watches them with us. And to reward him, whenever we switch off between doing a horror movie and then a Studio Ghibli movie. That's our plan. So we always try to make sure, like, you know, we want to make sure he gets his fun in too, essentially. So that's our deal. One horror movie, one Studio Ghibli movie. So it was on our way to watch Smile 1 is when, like, we stopped at a Japanese restaurant, and the udon there was so good. I've only had it that one time, though. Literally that one singular time in my life was the only time, and I kind of want it again. Oh, gosh, that's like making my mouth water. I'm just like sitting here because like I'm also like very hard on like the diet arc again, and I'm just thinking like, oh, pastas and pastas and pastries and noodles and all that kind of stuff. Oh, but anyways, wait, like low poly 360p. Oh, that's what I need to do to make my streams run better. I need to set the YouTube side, the side I don't care about, to 360p. Obviously, that is what I need to do. So, listen, Andrew, if you do that, I'll respect it full hard, you know? Yo, I found it again, finally. Jeez, no wonder I couldn't find it. 2016. Thought it was 2022. Event 0 is peak. I don't know what that is either. Honestly, Nina's funny. I really like her gusto so far. Pasta, no, like, for real. Like, 'cause, like, I mean, pasta is, like, of the things isn't like the unhealthiest of them. It kind of depends on like all the things you have on it that can like, you know, increase like fats and like sodium and like that kind of stuff. But, like of like, you know, like having that or like pastries or like any kind of like bready products like that, you know, pasta is not the worst one for you. It definitely keeps you fueled for a while. Anyways. But yeah, that was just a fun little memory we had right there. Honestly, they had been saying, like, thank you for doing that, Rally. I hadn't thought about that in a while. And even with them talking about udon, I was just like sitting here like, I'm just kind of saying it at this point. I don't even really remember what it is. But yeah. Keely's cooking is delicious as ever. Keely's cooking is as delicious as ever. Nina certainly seems to feel the same way, eating her way through 2 packed bowls before I'm even halfway through my first. In between mouthfuls, she tells us stories about life on tour, moving from place to place, dealing with crowds of fans, performing in front of hundreds of people. It makes our job seem easy by comparison. I'd probably crash and burn after a few months, but she's been going at it for nearly a decade now, and despite everything, she's still the same old Nina. The Nina I grew up with, still bursting with energy, still driven to stand out from the crowd, and still full of love for us. Aww. Oh, that was like such a cute line. I've always admired that ambition of hers. Even though I was the only one who she'd known since we were kids, she was still the one who brought us together to form a team. Everyone else was ready to rally around the girl with a big dream and bigger attitude. Hell, I'm not even sure if I would be able to ask Keely out without. I'm not even sure if I would be able to ask. I'm struggling so hard with that line. Hell, I'm not even sure I would have been able to ask Keely out without Nina pushing me to go for it. No wonder she got scouted right out of high school. Being a star was her dream, and her dreams always came true. That and the fact she's got one hell of a voice too. Although it would be nice if she didn't use it to yell so much when I'm sitting a few feet away from her. After we've all had our fill, I head into the kitchen and grab a bottle of whiskey and 3 glasses. Keely and I don't drink very often, but this is a cause for celebration in one way at least. Dark, good English, yes. Yep, exactly. My English is so good. OMG, you read my mind. Nothing like a little nightcap before I go. You're lucky there are no laws against teleporting under the influence. Oh, please, you act like I'd actually listen to some square's rules. Hell, according to the rules, I was supposed to have dinner with some record label suits tonight. You're not going to get in trouble for blowing them off on your R account, are you? Psh, don't worry. It's not like it was anybody that mattered. Besides, being here tonight is way more important than spending a night pretending to care about branding. Nina looks down at her glass, her expression suddenly darkening. Especially tonight, you know? I just nod and start pouring our drinks. We've been dancing around tonight's special occasion since Nina arrived, but I know that couldn't last forever. Is this going to be like an anniversary since like somebody's death? Is that what they're getting together for? Oh wait, hang on. I think I need to go back. Oh no, I had to read that part. Keely looks down at the table, swirling her drink and letting out a wistful sigh. How old would she be now? 27? Yeah, it's been 12 years now. It doesn't feel like it though. It really doesn't. Sometimes it feels like it happened yesterday. Other times it feels like a century ago. Death is strange like that. No matter how much I've seen, I know I'll never get used to it. I raise my glass and they follow suit. Happy birthday, Elle. Happy birthday, Elle. We throw back our drinks. The warm burn of alcohol, a blessing after the chill that filled the room when we said her name. In the moment, it feels like she's here with us. That goofy little smile lighting up the room like it always did. When Keely puts her glass down, I can see a few teardrops streaking her face. I squeeze her hand under the table, and she manages a small smile in response. Nina's stony face, meanwhile, betrays nothing. I silently pour us another round of drinks, muttering a snippet of the mourner's Kaddish. Kaddish? Ose shalom bimrov hu yase shalom alun. I probably horribly pronounced that. That was probably the worst. May he who creates peace in his celestial heights create peace for us all. May he who creates peace in his celestial heights create peace for us all. I'm so good at it. Amen. Amen. Ellie Brian added to your data. Wait, hang on. I kind of want to see that. What do we have here on her? Redacted? Oh. Oh, do we get a Oh, whoa, wait. This is weird. I've never seen like the trophies. Is this even showing up for you guys? Is this showing the trophy in the top right? Or is this like a part of the game? I think that might just be part of the game, actually. Like showing us like our progress towards a trophy. That's so cool. What the freak? I've never seen something like that before. After another moment of silence, Nina speaks up with her usual pep. Okay then, I think it's time you told me about the juicy new case you mentioned. It sounded like pretty next level stuff. I'm sure some people would consider her insensitive for jumping right into another topic like this, but Keely and I don't mind. It's better than spending the rest of the evening and morning. Elle probably wouldn't have wanted that. Besides, it's not like I don't want her input. That's why I told her about it, right? Looking to flex your detective muscles too, Nina. Hey, I'm an international woman of mystery. I didn't realize catching serial killers was part of the pop star life. Sounds like somebody isn't in the know, then. That was a terrible rating. Sounds like somebody isn't in the know, then. Now, show me those mad investigator skills. I take another sip of my drink before giving her the gist of things. The lack of evidence left at the scene, how there's no tracks to follow, no clear motives or connections between the victims, etc. She'll occasionally chime in with questions about crime scene details, still drawing for those magical girl instincts. Keely helps me fill in the gaps as well, leaving Nina scratching her head. Damn. Damn, that's fucked up. Yeah, no kidding. Does anything in particular stick out to you, Nina? Well, nothing about the crimes themselves, but... She stares at me, fire suddenly appearing in her eyes. Something sticks out about how they're investigating them. What's that? The fact that you haven't put your wife's special talent to use. Keely cocks her head to the side, confused. How would shapeshifting help her solve the case? No, your other special talent. Knitting? Yes, exactly! Oh my god. Nina flings out her arms, waving them up and down in an arc around her. Aura reading! Hello? Oh! Keely's eyes widen as the significance of what Nina is saying hits us. Oh, of course. Cher, have you even looked for magic at the scene? I mean, let's be real. No murderer can be that good. If they're so mysterious, why not see if they're consumed? Any magic left at the scenes would be too faint for either of us to pick up, but Kiki's always been the best of us when it comes to aura. Of course, I've spent so many years going after humans that the thought of a consumed killer never even crossed my mind. How could I miss something that simple? Am I really losing my touch? Find the aura, find the killer. Easy peasy. That's actually brilliant, Nina. I told you that catching serial killers was part of being a pop star. Maybe we should check out that tomorrow night, sweetie. Do you want to come with us, Nina? Nina laughs, taking one last swig of her drink. No way. That sounds like that sounds like a perfect date night activity. You two have fun with it. I've got nightlife to enjoy. You really can go to the clubs that easily. Aren't you worried about getting noticed? Don't you worry about me, Cher. The paparazzi haven't figured out a way to get around teleportation. Not yet, at least. Keely giggles at that one, and I can't help cracking a smile too. Wait, what happened to the whole investigation thing? I forgot. I guess they solved it? No. We haven't solved really anything. We've just, like... That's what that scene was all about, was just us, like, talking about the case and all that kind of stuff, because nothing's really been solved with it yet. We're just being given help and clues and ideas to go further with it. Anyway, now that I've pretty much solved your case for you, I think it's about time I hit the road. My producer is going to have a heart attack if I don't tell her where I am soon. Don't forget to cut me a check once you get paid for catching this dude, though. You don't want to stay for dessert? We have some cake in the fridge. Nina smiles and shakes her head, standing up and stretching. Save a piece for me, Kay. I'll come back for it when I can. She pulls us both into one more tight hug, as warm as ever. I love you two so much, and don't you forget it. I promise I'll come back real soon. You better. I didn't even have a chance to paint your nails. Soon, babe. Cross my heart. Just make sure you let us know before you teleport in here. Married couples need their privacy, believe it or not. She steps away, adjusting her hair and giving us one last wink. No promises! And with that, she's gone, as quickly as she arrived. Keely takes my hand and leans against me, looking at the spot where Nina was standing just a moment ago. She seems like she's doing well, a lot better than she was last time. Definitely, and you weren't kidding. She really is a shot of espresso. So you're wide awake now? I lean down and kiss her forehead, wrapping an arm around her. Very. Come on, let's go upstairs. I can't stand to unwind a bit before I could stand to unwind a bit before bed. Keely raises her head to meet mine, kissing me gently. You don't have to tell me twice. It's not like we haven't done this before, but I can't quite shake the feeling that we're doing something wrong. I'll have us inside in a jiff. Just watch. Keely's confidence brings a smile to my face, even as we're standing outside a crime scene in the early hours of the morning. I haven't seen an officer on watch, but there's no doubt that one is somewhere close by. Even though we're hidden, I'm still on edge. Don't worry, we'll be in and out before you know it. She squeezes my hand, interlacing her fingers with mine in a gesture that always brings me peace of mind. Whatever's got me so on edge tonight feels a bit further away. Once we're at the front door, Keely's form falls away and she oozes beneath it. A moment later, the door clicks open, and there she is. Told you I could get us in. I never doubted you. She knows I never doubted her, of course. I haven't doubted her abilities for years now. But the smile on her face makes it clear that she appreciates the affirmation. That's just her love language. And if she's happy, then so am I. But as soon as we take a few steps into the entranceway, the smile fades. Keely stops in her tracks and takes a deep breath. I don't like this. You feel something already? There were definitely signs of a struggle in here, but this isn't where he died. It's faint, but this aura... Something strange. Let's keep moving. I nod, though I'm worried. Keely has such a talent for sensing aura, so it's no wonder that she sensed a dangerous vibe immediately. But even though my senses have already paled in comparison to hers, I should at least be able to sense something. So this is just gonna be a big story of like her having like this like midlife crisis and like doubting herself and being like, I'm just not what I used to be, you know? Back in my glory days. Have my senses really degraded that much? I know I only have a year until they're gone for good, but even now I should be able to pick up something if I focus on it completely. Is it because of what is strange about this aura? I shake my head, dismissing the conjecture. That's not what matters right now. Instead, I lead Keely to the living room and point out where the body was. It's long gone by now, and the police have cleaned up most of the bloodstains. Unfortunately, it still reeks of detergent. Still, Keely doesn't need to see another corpse. Just because I've gotten desensitized to them doesn't mean she has. She's always been the more empathetic one. Is this the room? This is the one. He was on the floor near the ottoman. As far as I can tell, he was injured somewhere else and then pursued through the house until he succumbed to whatever was chasing him in there. That's horrible. What a sad way to die. Her foot taps against the floor, betraying an uncertainty I know all too well. It's a telltale sign that whatever she doesn't understand is making her nervous. I step forward and put a hand on her shoulder, hoping to calm her down the way I always do. I don't like being in here in the middle of the night, nor do I look putting Keely in danger. But I couldn't say no to her about something this important. But we don't have to stay if it's skeeving you out. We can leave. I've never heard anyone say the phrase "it's skeeving you out" before. That is something I now need to add to my lexicon. That is something that I need to add. My vernacular just got upgraded. Fun fact: most fish have a type of radar to sense things, especially ones found deeper in the layers of the ocean. Isn't that kind of like what sharks do? Like, one of the reasons why it's like so bad to splash in like shark-infested waters is because like they feel the vibrations of the water. You know, like that's how they pick up on things. Is that what you mean? Hey, we don't have to stay if it's skeevy. Oh, that was her. We already read that. Keely shakes her head. It's not that. It's... I don't think I've felt energy like this before. It's new. New? I mean, all consumed are different, but... There's something really off about this one. It's not normal. So there's no question about who did this, then. Or what. My guess right now is that it's going to be a magical girl who got consumed. Like, she started off her life like being like, no, I'm fighting for justice. I'm fighting to protect peace. But then she started falling into like the darkness, the bad parts of life, and like got consumed. I'm gonna guess that that's what's happening. So there's no question about who did this then, or what. The serious tone in her voice worries me. We've dealt with particularly strong ones before. Not like this. Even the powerful ones felt familiar. The consumed all have a similar energy, just like magical girls. But this, it doesn't feel like a consumed. Not entirely, anyway. I grasp her hand in mine, returning the squeeze from earlier. Even if I can't tell what she's sensing, I trust her every step of the way. Keely closes her eyes to think. The air around her billows in soft, soothing waves. I don't know if it's a side effect of her powers or simply how I feel about her, but it's immensely calming to be next to her while she works. My shoulders sink, my muscles relax, and my head clears. It's magic of a different kind. Whatever this thing is, it's long gone. That much I can say for sure. Spirit Reflection told me the same thing. It's been at least 24 hours, probably more. Keely looks at me confused. No, it hasn't. If that was the case, then the aura would be completely gone by now. Then that must mean it came back. I don't understand. A normal human might return to the scene of a crime, but the consumed are like animals. Why would we want to go back to... Fuck! I'm crying. I'm crying right now. I have tears in my eyes. These laughs are not because I'm happy. They're helping me cope. Does Doth have a magical top hat of magical destiny? I'll see what I can do, dog. I'll see what I can do for you. Sorry for the scare, Teehee. No, it's fine. It's my fault. I don't even remember changing that one sound. I don't remember changing that one sound. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you, Chief. I don't remember. Let's see what I can do here. Hat. Oh, I don't have a top hat, but I have other hats. Here. Oh, well, didn't mean to do that. Here, let me... And they're so cute, too. How have I never worn these before? Here, let's go like this. Let me go ahead and go like this to take off my... Okay, the hood has been taken off. What is the best way to... Okay, no, I got this figured out. Hang on, I need to delete this one. Boop, get out of here. Get out of here. Here. This one is so freaking cute. Let's go like this. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Wait, what the freak? VTube Studio is still registering the devil horns and the devil tail are around. That's weird. Because they're like not and stuff. Hang on, wait. Actually, how would I put this on? This is so... I think it's just my head. I think my hair makes it uniquely hard to put hats on. Hang on. Delete. Get out of here. Go away. Hang on. Let me try something. I'm trying to cook. Hat. Let me try this again really quick. Can't do that. Yeah, maybe... I don't think this hat's gonna work because of my hair. Yeah, here, let's go like this. Boop. Let me try the other one, because the other one's also very cute. What's the best way to do this one? Oh, what the freak? This is not even, like, close to how it was. Oh, wait, no, hang on. I think I know how to put this one on. This one's magical. This one's so cool. Also, I made myself smaller by accident. There we go. My hair does kind of complicate things like this, you know? I know, hang on. This doesn't make any sense. I'm so confused of how to put these hats on. Because the way it works is, like, I can put them behind the model, I can put them in front of the model, and either way, it's not working wonderfully, you know? Hang on. I can make this work. I can figure this out. The reason why the Santa hat works so fine is because it's just, you just put it on. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Hang on. Let's go ahead and go like this. Yeah, go like this. And then... No, it's my hair. My hair gets in the way. It ruins the illusion. Yeah, hang on. Can I get this to work at all? I'm going to try one more thing. And if not, we're just going to say screw it, and we're going to go with the hat anyways. Because this hat is awesome. Configure / fine-tune item. What does that mean? Hang on, split. Oh. I can split it into multiple parts? Wait. Hang on. Split item into front and / back parts at the selected layer. Hang on. This is so stupid. This is such a waste of time. But we're trying anyways. think if I had enough time, I could figure this out. Because apparently you can, like, break this thing up into parts. One section goes here. I think I'm figuring it out. I'm teaching myself in real time right now. Hang on. Yeah, done. Wait, no, hang on, it's not working. Back section always goes layer behind. Okay. Did that? No, it didn't work. Hang on. This is so stupid. I shouldn't be side questing like this, but I'm learning. I'm learning things right now. Man, how did I get that menu pulled up? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna add. Now will it work? No. No, it will not. No, I'm trying to grab the other. Delete. How did I get that thing pulled up? Lol, bro. About to cast spells. He's teaching himself magic. True. Sure. Oh my gosh. So listen, dude, I didn't realize how long we had been in there for. Hang on. Give me a moment. How do I bring up that menu? You just have to hold on things. Oh, hang on. It's because I'm grabbing myself. No, stop it. Grab the hat. Why is the hat not being grabbed? I can't grab the hat anymore. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Item setting. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. Okay, now item setting. Hat, select, configure / fine-tune the item. Front layer always goes in front of model. Yes, front layer always goes behind model. Only pin to the specified? No, only pin to layers. Okay, I think I might have found what the issue is. Let me try this one last time. It's just like Spider-Verse. We're doing this one last time. And then if this doesn't work, Andrew, I'll just ask you to pick a different item, like the Devil Horse or something, and then we'll move on from there. Okay. That was the wrong hat. That was the wrong hat. Hang on, that one didn't count. that one didn't count. Weird. This is letting me down such a dumb rabbit hole that truly doesn't matter in any way. Back section always goes in the back. I did it. Oh god, I did it. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, that only took 15.5 years. I did it, Andrew. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me make this... No, hang on, I need to make it a little bit bigger, actually. My hair's sticking out. It's so big. It's such a big hat. There we go. God, life just does work sometimes. Bam. There we go. Isn't it magical, Andrew? I did it. You wanted a magical hat, and I got one that sprouts petals that are heart-shaped for you. I freaking did it. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that figured out. That took it egregiously way too long. I'm so sorry to everyone who watches this back at any point. Or, you know what, Andrew, Rally, I'm just sorry to you guys that you had to experience that with me. But isn't it cute, though? Isn't it awesome? Wait, hang on. What have you been saying this whole time? Yes, sir, magic. Yeah, the hat of magic be like that. Probably the front, the ground, wait, probably in the front ground would work if it fails. Ooh, multi-hat. The magic hat is truly magical. Love magic hat. 76%. That's pretty good. He's teaching himself magic to your joy. Bro about to cast spells. Lol. Good know where he's grabbing my what? Wait, what did I say? Grabbing your what? What? Well, he's speaking the language of wizards. Select model. Hooray, I've derailed the stream again. I'm so good at actually doing that at a Spider-Verse event. Spider-Verse event. Lol, the magic hath not worth thing. Thou shalt acquire thy horns. Yay, he did it. Let's go. That's so good. That's so truly magical. Somehow always derail the stream. Yeah, again, you just have to jingle keys in front of my face, and then, hey, guess what? We're not playing the game anymore. So, anyways. Anyways, I love that. Also, it kind of came in, like, my colors, like, Loki. Like, the gray kind of matches really well with, like, my color scheme already. And then the purple works really well with me, because, like, everything I do tends to be, like, have, like, the purple accents in, you know? And, like, the image that it shows has this hat being, like, yellow and stuff, so I don't know why it, like, popped up like this, but, you know, it always works. It works with me. It works with me. Anyways, yeah, let's keep going. Returned. Could it have been before the attack, too? Would it be intelligent enough to scout the place out first? No, that's ridiculous. I'm getting way too far ahead of myself here. Just gotta focus on the now. I'm going to go check through the other rooms, to see if there's anything else I can pick up. You gonna be okay down here? I'll be okay, promise. I'll see if I can find anything I might have missed. Just let me know if you sense anything dangerous, okay, babe? Be safe. Don't you worry about me. I still remember how to kick ass. I know, babe. I know. We're gonna get, like, their magical girls transformations, right? Like, is that something that we're gonna get? Is that something we're gonna get? Please and thank you. She trots upstairs, leaving me alone. There's not many personal effects left in the room. Anything that looked to be even remotely useful has been confiscated by the cops. It doesn't leave me with much to work with other than the furniture. It might not be much, but anything counts. Let's see. I press my hand to the end of the couch, trying to find something, anything of clarity. Visions of a restful morning, a day spent empty, and then a struggle. Something knocks the couch off kilter. I take a moment to rack my brain about what exactly this man was running away from. A shadow? A person? Nothing big enough to toss a couch around, but big enough to scare this guy senseless. It's no good. I just can't see it. No matter how hard I think, I can't seem to gain any further clarity with reflection. Yet another sign that Sherlock Holmes' detective powers are on their last legs. It's frustrating in the moment, but that thought leaves a part of me feeling relieved. Another sign that it's time to move on from this job, to move on from picking up the pieces, to move on from the obligation this power brings. That doesn't sound bad at all. It'd certainly mean getting a little more sleep at least. Cher? Keely calls me from upstairs, still doing her best to keep her voice hushed in case the patrolling cops decide to make their way back. Yeah? What's up? If you're not busy, would you mind taking a look at this? I heave a sigh, giving up on searching for clues on my own. Here's hoping Keely's search has gone better than mine. I head up the stairs, peering through the different rooms of the house until I find her in what looks like a study. Keely stands in front of a row of shelves, looking at something on the top. Hey, what's up, babe? This here. Keely points to a framed photo. Within are a man and a woman, looking happy together. Judging by the hair, the man must be the victim. He looks so different in life. Do you think the girl is suspicious or something? I wouldn't know, but don't you think she looks familiar? I swear I've seen her before. Like on the street? This isn't too far from home. Maybe you've crossed paths. No, it's not that. Maybe we met them at a party or something. The man in the picture, too, he seems kind of familiar. You don't recognize them at all? Not off the top of my head, no. Now that she mentions it, something about the two people in the photo does seem vaguely familiar. Maybe I solved the case for that. Maybe I solved the case for them, or I had one of them as a peer reviewer in grade school. No, that's not it. God, this is really bugging me. Oh, the woman in the photo is so going to be like the magical girl I said I was going to sim for. That has to be it. God, this is really bugging me. Me too. I'll at least take a picture of it so we can look it over at home. I haven't found anything else up here, and there's no point in standing around in the crime scene trying to figure out if we... There's no point in standing around in a crime scene trying to figure out if we maybe have had a brunch with someone. God, that was so bad. We're moving on. I'm not repeating that sentence. Just make sure you don't get your phone confiscated outside. Pictures of stuff in here could be potentially incriminating. Keely chuckles and gives me another confident grin. Share Bear, there's more than enough incriminating evidence on this phone as it is. I'm not too worried about it. Oh god, don't tell me you've been taking pics of empty safes again. You can't prove anything. And you say I'm the troublemaker. Keely raises her hand to stop me, eyes suddenly going wide. Sweetie, can you feel that? It only takes a moment for me to register the sensation. This time there's no doubt about where this particular aura is coming from. It's consumed through and through. Where? Oh, the music, let's go! Keely closes her eyes and sniffs lightly, as if she were tracking it by scent. A couple houses away. It doesn't seem particularly strong, but... sounds like the job for my current crop of magical girls. Then we should probably head out. I guess so. Keely sighs and looks down at her feet. I know she's still got that warrior instinct, but that isn't what we came here for. Not like it used to be. Sherry, I know that at our ages we're supposed to let them take care of it, but maybe we should just wait. Sherry, I know that at our age we're supposed to let them take care of it, but maybe we should drop by just to... Suddenly I hear a sharp, piercing scream. It sounds young. Too young for us to ignore. Before I can even utter a word, Keely's opening a window and jumping outside. I follow suit, dropping to the street and running after her. Please tell me we get a transformation. That's all that I want. Also, when the oh-ho that you put in chat, I thought said Ohio. I guess she's not the only one who held onto those I guess she's not the only one who held onto those old instincts after all. Come on. Keely leads the charge as we rush toward the spike of magical energy, spurred on by another monstrous roar. All I can do is offer a silent prayer that will make it in time. You won't get away with this, fiend. There, down that alley. She skids right and I follow. We don't have to travel far before we see it. Oh, let's go. I'm so ready to see whatever this looks like. A grotesque mass of tentacles and eyes, the entire width of the alley bursting forth from a human torso. Two of its appendages in the process of wrapping around its would-be prey. Are consumed. Get out of here! It's not safe for you! Despite the creature gaining the upper hand, the girl calls out to us in a familiar, protective tone of one of the city's guardians. While it's a bit disconcerting to recognize that the girl is barely a teenager... Oh, posture check. Thank you. I choose you. Check your posture. Go. Music is fire. This music's hype. Keely and I know better than anyone that magical girls can start young. It's not just the outfit that gives her nature as a magical girl away. It's the fact that nobody else would be able to prioritize the safety of a bystander while they were in that position. But we're no ordinary bystanders. I glance over at my wife, who looks back at me with a determined smile. Let's go. Use it or lose it, right? I nod and give her a thumbs up in return. I guess it's time to shake the rust off. Ready when you are. I close my eyes, readying myself for the transformation. Here's hoping I can still remember the words. Keely's hand finds mine and we begin. For the sake of the world, we will be its guardians. Let our spirits shine through. Don't tell me. Oh, let's go! This is everything I could have wanted! Oh, amazing. Perfect. Let's go. The familiar glow passes through my body as I'm lifted off the ground, light bursting from within me and spreading outward. Our clothes disappear, swiftly replaced by our old uniforms and a cascade of ribbons and magic. I'm surprised it still fits. My revolver appears in my hand as I drop to the ground, my body brimming with power. Prepare to face justice. Keely drops down next to me, her whip snaking out from her hand as she opens her eyes. You will not escape our judgment. We are magical girls. The girl's screams go quiet as she stares at us in disbelief. The consumed too has frozen as it looks towards us with surprise. It definitely wasn't expecting two full-grown women to be ready to fight back. Keely charges down the middle, trusting me to follow her strategy. We don't need words to work together. Our minds can align perfectly at a moment's notice. Yet another perk of working with my wife. I dodge to the right towards the wall, jumping effortlessly up to the 3rd floor of the building and landing on the fire escape. The consumed doesn't notice my maneuver, its animalistic mind still focused on Keely as she swings her whip in front of it. I can't see... I'm going to reread that. The consumed doesn't notice my maneuver, its animalistic mind still focused on Keely as she swings her whip in front of it. I can't see her face, but I know she's smiling. Judgment Cage! Entwine him! She swings her whip straight down the middle, thorns ready to slash the monster's hide, but it doesn't move away. Instead, a sickening laugh erupts as Keely launches her whip forward. It slaps the whip away with one tentacle and shoots another toward Keely with frightening speed, its tips sharp enough to pierce straight through her. Bad move, monster. Very bad move. Keely shifts in an instant, making a hole in her abdomen that the tentacle passes through without so much as grazing her. Get ready to fire! The reduced mass of her torso wraps up towards her arm, extending it forward and flashing the whip past the consumed grasp, right where we want him. When I pull the hammer back, the chamber of the gun fills with a brilliant light. 6 shots are more than enough. Keely's whip encircles the monstrous mass. It moves with a mind of its own, binding its tentacles to its chest and tying its legs together. The Judgment Cage never fails. Now it's my turn. I fan the hammer as I fire 5 more times, rapidly releasing an arc of holy spheres towards the target. The shots sink into the flesh, filling it with light from the inside out. It managed to let out one more pitiful scream before exploding into brilliantly shining dust. Elimination complete. Eliminated enemy added to your data. With its mission accomplished, the gun fades away. It always comes when I need it, but there are times when holding on to it would only make things worse. The last thing this kid needs is for someone to point a gun at her. Well, then don't do that. Duh. I hop back down to the alley, landing without a sound. You... The girl is sitting with her back against the wall, eyes wide as she stares at us in shock. It's okay, honey. You're safe now. You're all right. Who are you? I kneel down to her level, offering a reassuring smile. I don't want to baby the kid, but I know Keely and I both want to help her out. We do what we can. We're magical girls, same as you. We just happen to have a little more experience. I stand, offering a hand down to help her up. After a moment, she takes it and slowly stands up on shaky legs. I'm Sherry. This is my wife, Keely. We used to patrol around Navy Pier back in the day. Would you mind telling us your name? The girl opens and shuts her mouth a few times before finally managing to speak, her voice barely above a whisper as she stares at the ground. Ruby. My name's Ruby. It's very nice to meet you, Ruby. Do you want to help us find... Do you want us to help you find somewhere to sit down and rest for a minute, or call you a ride home? She nods, leaning against the wall to steady herself. I'd like to sit down. There's a coffee shop around the corner that should still be open. Would you be comfortable going there with us? Well, I understand if you're not. I know we're strangers and all. Ruby finally looks up at us with wide eyes, clearly still in shock. But through that expression, I can still see a muted fire in her eyes. She'll be okay. Even if you're strangers, I know you're not bad people. Bad people don't get to be magical girls. The conviction in her voice makes me grin. Rookie or not, this kid's heart is in the right place. That's cute. That's cute. Bruh, I'm not Ohio. Listen, I never said you yourself were Ohio. I thought you said Ohio, dog. You got that Ohio Riz, skibbity toilet. What's up, fellow kids, going on, you know? I didn't mean to click that. I didn't mean to click. Yep. There we go. Oh, that was good. That was a fun time. Ugh, there we go. Gotta crack the wrist. Gotta crack my poor little baby wrist. There we go. Gosh, every single time I stretch or do anything, my abs just hurt, like, all over again, dog. They just hurt all over again. But it's fine. It's fine. That's what getting in shape is about. Suffering. Dark was amazing. A-ball, is Dark good with the English? Says perhaps. That's so mean. That's so mean. Listen, I'm good at the English. I'm just not good at the speakings. There's a difference in there, you know? There's a difference in there somewhere, I'm sure. A few minutes later, we're back in our civilian clothes and relaxing with our drinks. Coffee for me and the wife, and a hot chocolate for Ruby. Do you feel any better, honey? Ruby takes a long swig of her hot chocolate and lets out a shaky breath, leaning back in her chair. I'm no worse for wear. Thank you for your kind assistance. Her voice seems to have taken on a deeper cadence without warning. Well, that's not how I'm voicing her. I exchange a wordless look with Keely, who gives me the slightest of shrugs. No problem, Ruby. You just take a couple more minutes to relax and we'll call you right home. You need not refer to me as Ruby. Wait, you need not refer to me as Ruby, ma'am. I have another moniker I use when speaking with a fellow sister of justice. Do you now? Indeed. Now that we become more acquainted, you can call me. She moves her arm in a confusing flourish. Nightshade. Keely and I share an awkward look, trying to think of an acceptable response. This is definitely not what I was expecting. Are you telling me that you guys didn't have superhero names back when you were magical girls? That's such a lie. Anyone would. I would. I absolutely would. Dog, I roleplay as a little anime girl on YouTube and Twitch. I would absolutely have a superhero name. Like, what do you mean? Keely and I share an awkward look, trying to think of an acceptable response. This is definitely not what I was expecting. Nightshade? Question mark? Added to your data? That's a cool nickname. Just be supportive. It's cool. I like it. Alias, sweetie. It's an alias. How better to strike fear to the hearts of our enemies than a name that resonates with the powerful energy of the night? Right, yeah, of course. Powerful energy and all. I think it's a great name, honey. You do? Her voice returns to the high pitch we heard during our battle. She really is just committing to a bit. That's, respectable. Cause, like, I spent a lot of time thinking of it and stuff. I had a bunch of other names I was going to use, like the Dark Moon or like the Nightbringer and stuff like that. But I thought this was the best one, so her eyes go wide again and she clamps her mouth shut, suddenly aware of what she's doing. When she speaks again, her voice is back to her Nightshade tone. Anyway, I believe that Nightshade suits me best, and soon all the consumed in Chicago will learn to fear that name. That's very nice, honey. Totally, you got this. Just make sure you're realistic about what you're. Just make sure you're realistic about what you're ready to take on, okay? If we hadn't shown up, that consumed could have seriously hurt you, or worse. Oh, it was no trouble, I'm certain. I would have gone the upper hand sooner or later. However, having some veteran warriors did make things much easier. I tried to keep my temper even, remembering how much of a hothead I was at her age. Every win made it feel easy, like I could take on the world. Until I couldn't. I don't want that for her. Or anyone else. Ruby, we're serious. That consumed was way too strong for you to be taking on alone. How long have you been a magical girl? She's gonna be like, a few days. Ruby mumbles her answer, barely audible over the coffee shop ambience. It's been, 2 weeks, or 1.5. Oh boy, that won't do at all. And have you had any prior training? Spent any time with more experienced magical girls? She rolled her eyes, no doubt tired of lectures from adults. I get it, but this is a lot more important than a talk about curfews or whatever it is kids talk about these days. Well, Benevolence taught me how to fight and use my powers. It didn't take long for me to establish myself as a hunter of the night. That's more than enough to slay the consumed, yes? Smaller ones, yes, but you weren't dealing with a smaller one, honey. Something like that needs teamwork to take down. Ruby pouts, looking frustrated. Her Nightshade persona slips again. Then how did you learn? You fought them when you were still young, right? When we were still young? I'm only 28. Oh. Don't make me feel old. Looks like I'm not the only one trying to keep my temper in check. Keely can get a bit insecure when she's stressed out. I'm sure Ruby didn't mean anything by it, but I better mediate things just in case. She just means when you were a teenager, baby. Of course you're still young. Thank you. I hope that Ruby just chimes in and be like, you're 28? Keely huffs and takes a long sip of her coffee as I turn back to Ruby. And to answer your question, Ruby, we learned by training. First by honing the skills Benevolence taught us, but eventually we learned we learned new techniques from other magical girls as well. Knowledge is passed down from generation to generation and then honed with teamwork. That's why magical girls are drawn to other magical girls. The two of us and our friends work together to develop efficient combat tactics like proper positioning, the right balance between offense and defense, and what parts of the consume tend to be weak points. It's all about teamwork. Being a magical girl is a group effort. Surely a team isn't absolutely necessary. Nightshades move in the shadows and strike unseen. A team would announce that presence. Plus, I'm not, like, super great with other people. Sometimes. So that's what's going on. I'm sure Keely already noticed as much. She's practically psychic when it comes to figuring out what's really going on with people. Me, I'm a lot slower as a judge of character. That's nothing to be ashamed of, honey. Believe it or not, I was the same way. Really? Really, I didn't have any friends before I became a magical girl. Just sat in the back of the class in an oversized hoodie and tried not to draw any attention to myself. Then Benevolence came to me, just like it came to you, and offered me a chance to do something more with my life. I was nervous about teaming up too, but once I met Sherry and our other two teammates, we fell into a rhythm right away. I promise, it's not as hard as it sounds. You made the choice to become a hero, so you're already plenty brave. There she goes again. Her pep talks are as legendary as ever. Ruby takes a long sip of her hot chocolate and lets out a deep breath. Would you be willing to, like, help me, maybe? Help you find a team? I mean, we're a little out of the loop when it comes to stuff like that, so... No. I mean, like, help me be a magical girl. Oy vey. I was afraid she might say that. I get why she asked, but... I look over at Keely, hand to her chin as she thinks over Ruby's request. Surely she must have expected the same thing, but she seems more intrigued by the idea than I am. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It's in her nature to take care of things, after all. You want us to train you? You don't have to. You don't have to, like, give me lessons or anything, but maybe if you were to, like... But maybe if I were able to watch you two hunt or something, would that be okay? Oh, well, about that, we're actually retired. We haven't fought a consume for years. Sorry, but we're not the hunting type. What do you mean? We just fought one. That was an exception. If we hadn't heard you two nearby, we wouldn't have sought it out. Oh. Ruby looks down, defeated. I can't help feeling like a jerk for shooting her down like that, even if I was just telling the truth. Maybe you could at least give me a bit of advice? I'm a fast learner, honest. That way I can catch up to everyone else. Her voice is quieter than before, still doing her best to show conviction but struggling to assert herself. Now I feel even more guilty. This is the kind of thing I'd be happy to do when I was her age, but I doubt I could even offer much help now anyway. I look over at Keely to see she looks even more guilty than I do. When she looks back at me, her eyes are wide and practically pleading. It's like she's asking if we can adopt a cat. I sigh, looking down and then back at the kid. Well, I guess giving you a few pointers wouldn't hurt. Ruby instantly perks up, so does Keely. You mean it? Yeah, I think we can do that. I don't remember too much of what we really said. I don't really remember much of what we said in stone back then. But we can tell you about some tactical considerations and weaknesses you can exploit. That sort of stuff. It would be a good chance to try out that magical girl-themed workout regimen I was telling you about. She plays it off as a joke, but a look at Keely's grin tells me how excited the idea makes her. No way does she want to stop at tidbits of advice. She really wants to train her. Training a rookie magical girl, honestly. This might be just the thing she needs to help her feel better about our time as magical girls running out. I hate to admit it, but a part of me can see the appeal as well. Passing on our knowledge to another generation does sound like something close to closure. Or at least a bit closer to. No. No sense thinking about that right now. I just need to focus on what's in front of me. I mean, if it wouldn't be any trouble, then... if that's okay, like... I guess lessons might be okay. We could try it at least. Nothing major, though, okay? It'll be our very own after-school program. How fun! Ruby makes another strange gesture, no doubt reaffirming her Nightshade persona. Indeed, with the wise teaching of my elders, I will gain the strength I need to be a true warrior of the night, a guardian of our fair city. I'm officially making our first training rule that you can't call us your elders. This is amazing. I love them going through a midlife crisis and all this burnout and feeling old as I'm going through it. It's making me feel seen. Darkmoon sounds so cool. Darkmoon would be a great magical girl name. Magical girl, you say? Yeah. What about it? I just got Pickle Rick in my head. Morty. I turned myself into a Pickle Morty. Ah, it appears to have died due to ads. Wait, is the stream dead? Is the stream dead? What's going on? What do you mean by that? Everything's looking good. Yeah, everything's looking good. Hang on. Okay, no, we're all good. Yep, we are all good. It must just be the connection, Andrew's internet or something, mayhaps. That must be what it is. Maybe. Mayhaps. Perhaps. Anyways. Boop. Why did I get a FNAF movie trailer, bruh? Because the movie's peak, dog. 9 out of 10 easy. Critics are so out of the loop with what's actually cool and hip nowadays. Got a bunch of grandpas, am I right? A bunch of boomers. So obviously they have to, like, spread it around even more because it just made them that much money. They can, like, afford to do advertisement for it after the thing's already out. I'm free. Well, oh. You meant you died because the ads are... I thought you said, like, the stream died after you got ads or something. I was like, no, please, not that. That sounds awful. Oh my gosh, do I need to be clicking... I think I need to be right-clicking every single time we get to a new scene. 12 a.m. Cafe Bouquet. Monday, 11th March. Coffee orders. Black coffee, 2 creams, 1 sugar, hot chocolate. There's going to be, like, little details like that in, like, freaking every single one of these scenes. Gosh darn it. I am going to have to go through them all again. Sorry, I'm having a lot of little hiccups. Despite the fact that I'm frequently jump scared on this channel, I somehow have hiccups right now. My mentors? I think that works. Keely nods and takes one last sip of her coffee, finishing it with a satisfied ah. So, shall we make the contact using the existing group chat? Will we be working independently? The what now? Is there a group chat for magical girls? That's... They're gonna feel like such boomers. Oh. Ah, I see. Ruby pulls her phone out and opens up some messaging app I've never seen before. I've lost interest in... This is also so funny. This is like some otherworldly force, some otherworldly being. It's like, here is a group chat app. There you go. Woo. And it's like, okay, all right, I respect it. I mean, listen, if I can accept Arceus making a phone... I can accept an otherworldly being creating an app. I feel like that's so fine. I've never seen before. I lost interest in things like that when AIM shut down, so I'm sure there are plenty of apps like that. My fellow warriors of the night have a GC we use to coordinate our attacks on the enemy. I observe rather than participate, but it's quite helpful when it comes to logistics. Or at the very least, to ensure none of them interfere with my missions of darkness. So you do know other magical girls. Well, I met one who sent me a link to the chat, but only once. She was nice and all, but she didn't understand my... nature, as Nightshade, I mean. Well, isn't that interesting? It would have been very helpful to have something like that when we were more active. Would you agree, dear? I shrug, finishing my coffee as well. It seems like it would make more sense to just talk on the phone, but what do I know? Hey, if it works, then it works. Probably something we need a bit to learn. We need a bit to learn, though. Perhaps it'd be better to simply communicate via text message, then. She puts her phone away, no doubt surprised by our ignorance of whatever app that is. You know how to text, right? Oh, This feels like talking to my little sister. This feels like talking to my little sister. Yes, I know how to text. Keely leans over to whisper to Ruby, but she's still loud enough for me to hear. She didn't know until a few years ago. You're kidding. Look, technology isn't my thing, alright? I'm fine with what we had back when we were kids. I'm fine with what we had back when we were kids. We had text messages, sweetie. Ruby laughs at that one. The shaky uncertainness gone from her voice. Looks like our job is done. Let me give you my number. We can figure out our training schedule soon, okay? Okay. I mean, very well. I look forward to mastering the ways of the night with your assistance. Good to hear it. She's quite the interesting girl, no doubt about it. Odd for sure, but every magical girl is odd at that age. We certainly were. Do you need us to call you a ride? I will be fine, ma'am. My home isn't far from here. Just make sure you're careful on the way home. No more fights, okay? Very well. Even the most tireless of night warriors must rest from time to time. Yeah, exactly. I get up and pay for the three of us, tossing a few bucks I have left into the tip jar. Behind me, Keely and Ruby swap numbers and say their goodbyes. She was always been good with kids. Mom energy, I think Nina called it. And who knows, maybe it'll help her figure out how she feels about having kids of her own someday. It's not like we haven't talked about it before, but never mind, now isn't the time. What's the one here? Okay, so the coffee orders. Okay. Wait, bruh, I'm free. Totally. Oh, nah, I wonder why. It's probably not due to the jump scare. No, definitely not. I can't type fat fingers. Wait, Dark, do you type with your thumbs or pointer fingers? Do you mean on phone or on keyboard? Because on keyboard, I use my everything. You know what I mean? I put my whole everything into it. But on phone, on mobile, I chicken peck super hard. I used to be really good at like typing with like all of my fingers and everything, but ever since I got like the bad wrist and everything now, the way I have to type to actually like maintain it is it's all in the elbow, baby. It's all on the elbow. I don't move my wrist at all. It's all just tap again, just chicken pecking all over my screen. So it is all pointer finger now. It's Dude, I feel like such a grandpa. Whenever I'm like out somewhere and I'm typing, I feel like such a grandpa. Cause like the amount of times I've actually gone like looks when I like start like just typing and like I'm like I probably look so stupid. I probably look like a boomer right now. All right, but like listen, it's just what you gotta do. It's all in my elbow now. It's all in my elbow. I don't because again because I type I write mostly on my phone or I use voice to type because I have the bad wrist, especially with my job. And like I've actually been having a lot of wrist pains recently because like how much I've been like working on stuff like that. So I gotta do what I gotta do to reduce that wrist pain, and typing with my elbow and just everything's rigid, everything's straight, and I just chicken peck at it. It's a good time. It's a good time. I love it. I see. Dark becomes grandpa by typing with pointer. Exactly. That is. It's aging me. It's aging me quickly. It's aging me aggressively. But no, that's how it goes. Wait, what about you though? Do you do with your thumb or your pointer finger? Because I feel like thumb's like the natural thing that like most people tend to use. But again, that's also kind of bad for your wrist because that can cause repetitive stress issues if you type with the same thing over and over. But again, like any of the fingers that you do that with will do that specifically. So yeah. Peak stream title. Wait, which one? Starting lock and key. Thank you. I know it is a good stream title, I guess. Thank you. I do that with both mostly thumb. Oh, Dark becomes grandpa by typing with pointer. Is that what you mean by peak stream title? Is that what you mean? Both? Yeah, you should probably switch off and do it with both. That would be, in fact, a goodest idea. Oh, there we go. I needed a good stretch right there. I needed a real good stretch. All right, anyways. Take care, Ruby. We'll see you soon. Keely nudges me and mouths, Nightshade. I mean, Nightshade, take care of yourself. And you as well, my mentors. I look forward to beginning our training post-haste. With a final wave, Ruby leaves the coffee shop and disappears into the night. Well, that wasn't how I expected tonight to go. Is that a bad thing? I guess it could have been worse, but I do think I'm done with surprises for the time being. You and me both. I'm gonna be out like a light as soon as we get home. Keely chuckles and kisses my cheek, taking my hand in hers. We chuckle in unison as we step through the doors and start our journey home. Definitely time to be done with surprises for now. Still, for a night when we'd planned to solve a mystery, I feel like we've been left with significantly more questions than answers. And not just about Ruby. That consumed was dangerous, but there's no way it was the locked room killer. Something that far gone couldn't even open a door normally, let alone sneak through a locked one. So why did it just happen to show up while we were investigating? Was it drawn to the energy Keely felt? Or could it have been some kind of lure, a distraction meant to pull us away from the crime scene? It's a possibility I don't want to consider. Not just because it's needlessly paranoid and yet another sign that this case is messing with my head, but because it would mean that there's something larger at play here. Hey, babe? Hmm? That aura you felt at the house. That wasn't from the consumed we just took out, was it? No, it wasn't even close. In fact, it wasn't close to the aura of any consumed I've seen before. So, what do you think it was? Something new, and probably something dangerous. I nod, feeling that paranoia spreading through more of my mind. I'm already way too old to be handling cases with magic involved. But something tells me that this time, I don't have a choice. I feel like right there is where the demo would have ended. I feel like that right there was like such a good like cutoff for the demo. Like I don't want to do this. I'm a little too old for these things, for these gosh darn finagled magic cases. But I guess I gotta do what I gotta do. That's like such a solid place for the demo to end, you know. But anyways, with that being said, my throat is really feeling it now, and we're at about the point that I want to get to anyways. I was planning to stream till 11, and we're at 10:54 my time, so like we're pretty freaking close. So we're probably gonna call it there. I think it's just me, but rhythm games like Quaver help loosen up the joints. Like do you mean like that on the phone and like or like on like the controller and stuff? Because I feel like rhythm games would be like hard for me to do now. There was one rhythm game that I played the demo for. What was it called? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh. It was inspired by The World Ends. Oh, Urbano, Urbano, and it was a lot. It was a lot to do, but I really liked it. On PC for me. Okay, okay. Weird that it helps loosen you up though. That's odd. I feel that's a little odd. Using 4K Mania is usually good. Okay, okay. I don't know what that is. Let me look that up really quick. What does that mean? Um, let's go ahead and do that. But Quaver is free. 4K Mania. Anything new a 4K Mania player should know? What is this one? Oh, okay. I've never seen this before, but I now understand what it is. But Quaver is on Steam for free. Let me look up Quaver. Quaver. Steam. Images. Okay, okay. Like 8K is 8 keys, 12K is 12 keys, etc. Oh, okay, okay, that makes sense. That checks out. That makes sense. Okay, okay. But yeah, anyways, so for tomorrow, we're going to be getting back into we're going to be getting back into my brain just completely turned off right there. What the freak? We're going to be playing more of Little Nightmares 2. I think we're probably going to try and finish it. If we don't have any glitches, I don't think we're going to like too far off from finishing it. I think this game is also split up into 5 chapters like the first one was, and we were flying through the game until we got stuck and the game itself broke. So I'm like, as long as like we start on time and like get into the game after like our normal 20-50 minute long yapping sessions, I'm pretty sure we can finish it tomorrow. And then after we finish that, we'll be able to jump into Coconut Simulator, which I have in fact finished. The little special dumb project I was working on. I finished the dumb, stupid little project. Well, Dark Glitch tomorrow says, please, love it. Stop it. Stop it. No, I want to love this game. That's the thing. But, like, big glitches like that are genuinely, like, game ruining for me. Like, normally, like, if something, like, bugs out and glitches a little bit, it genuinely doesn't, like, bug me. Like, borderline at all. But like when it's that bad and it makes you have to replay like huge sections of the game, and it like especially because of how much time it wasted, because we spent like 40 minutes just trying to figure it out before I realized that the game was broken. So like glitches like that I think are like almost like it borderline if not outright like unacceptable. I think that's like unacceptable levels of like unpolished, especially for like how big Little Nightmares 1 was. I feel like it's like, again, just unacceptable that the sequel has a glitch that's been like that well documented. Like the fact that there were so many like Reddit posts and threads with like dozens and dozens of people in them all complaining about it and how it's still a thing and it's affecting so many people. Like the fact that it still hasn't been fixed after like years, like I think it's been like 4 years or something, and it still hasn't been fixed. That's like really, really bad. It's so bad. But regardless, I'm going to but right before stream starts, I'm probably gonna actually, you know what? Whatever. We might play. I might be playing that like just on stream anyways. Like we'll just do our normal yap session, and we can just talk about whatever while I get us caught back up to where we were. That's just what we'll do. That's just what we'll do. What do you think of vaporwave? What the freak is a vaporwave? Hang on. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. Because I'll tell you right now, my opinion on it is non-existent. Vaporwave. Early 2010s micro genre of election music and internet art. Oh my gosh, what YouTuber uses these as their outro? There's some YouTuber that uses, just look up vaporwave, and it's the one with the sun over the mountains over the digital landscape. What YouTuber? There's someone who uses these as like their outro scene on their YouTube videos. I'm just struggling to remember who it was. But I was like, well, that's like such a cool and unique like little outro screen. It's this. It's a vaporwave. What the freak? Also, vaporwave Wikipedia. Hang on, I'm looking at it really quick. What is this nonsense? Why are there anime girls for the vapor? Whatever. Vaporwave. That's a yeah, that's a vaporwave background indeed. Here, I'm gonna pull up the specific image that I'm talking about, because there's a couple here. Let me go like this really quick. Let me go like this really, really fast. Hang on, let me change the scenes really quick so I can show y'all. Hang on, window capture. Vaporwave. Here we go. It's this one. This one right here. I've seen this one in like a billion videos. Same thing with this specific image. But there were also like animations and not just like the videos themselves. Like, I don't know. The music is also insane. I might have to look that up because I don't know what the freak of vaporwave is. This is the first time I've ever heard about it. So, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. Will the stream die? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, it might eventually. It might eventually. But yeah, no. So we'll finish Little Nightmares tomorrow. Wait, hang on. That was the wrong person. That was the wrong person. Hang on. I need to double check something. Oh, there we go. And then on Sunday, we're going to be continuing our journey through Expedition 33, which that game is so freaking. Hang on, is this one working? There we go. There we go. And Event Zero is on Steam, also cool. I'll have to check that out. But yeah, we're doing Expedition 33. But with that being said, we're going to be streaming into Kiloberry, who is a absolutely lovely person. So if you're going to be chatting in there at all, Andrew, just be a nice person, be polite and everything. But obviously, if not, then don't feel the need to stick around. But yeah, all that being said, I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, wait! What the freak? Hang on. Hello. Welcome in, Kiloberry. You're not gonna believe this. You're not gonna believe this. I was literally getting my chat ready to raid into you. That is amazing. This was a horrible time. No, this was kind of like the best timing ever. Again, because like obviously, I mean, it sucks that I'm like ending stream and everything, but like the fact that I'm getting ready. I had everything ready to stream into you. Hang on, here. Let's go find somebody else. Who else is going? We connect. That's like a mind meld right there. But how are you doing? How are you doing, Kilo? How's it going? How is everyone tonight? What were you streaming? We just got done playing Lock and Key. Also, I should say, Hello, everyone. I'm Darkbender. I am a variety streamer. I'm part of the Studio Lawn Bellflowers. We stream a lot of visual novels, specifically from them, but some other visual novels from time to time, and we play a variety of games. Am good. That's so good to hear. That's so lovely. But yeah, what game were you playing? That was amazing. That was the best timing for everything ever. Hang on, I need to turn off one of these scenes really quick. Oh, fuck! Why? Why was that one so loud? Oh, wait, hang on. What does that say? Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Why did that one? That was the first time that's gone off in so long. Why is that one also a scream? Why is that one also the scream? My heart can't handle this. One of these times, the freaking okay, a little bit of backstory, really, really quick. I had for Halloween, I was like, oh, I'm gonna set up all these to have jump scare sounds. And then after Halloween ended, I tried changing them. I tried changing them 1,000. Was that Freddy's jump scare sound? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because I tried changing that like 90 times. And ever since I changed it to that, it refuses to change now. So it's like, I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything about it. There's just nothing I can do. Also, I'm going to give you a quick shout out, Kilo, before we find somebody else to rate into. But you're playing a VN called Obsessions, which we romance creepypasta dating sim. Wait, that sounds awesome. What kind of creepypastas are in it? Is it just like the normal stuff like the rake, or do we have stuff like Jeff the Killer in there? Like what kind of stuff do we got going on? Shout out, and then also, yeah, now put your big beautiful brains together and find someone else to raid. Exactly, exactly. I think we might just raid into unless I mean, hey, listen. Kayla, if you have anyone that comes to mind that you're like, we should in fact raid into this person, then we should do that. But if not, we could just raid into Ratsukare, who is another absolutely wonderful, lovely streamer. Eyeless Jack, Jane the Killer, Jeff the Killer, and many more. I have to check that out because I am such a creepypasta person. I used to be so into them like all throughout like high school into like college and everything. I've kind of fallen off a little bit, but I still do tune into a good creep cast from time to time. That's like my main source now essentially. So I have to check that out. Hang on, what is it called? What's that? What's it called? Called Obsession. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna look that up really quick just so it's there. Um, Wait, hang on. Oh, did you try to send a link in there? Did you try to send a link? It kind of ate it. My B. That listen, that's just how it goes here. My bots are a little weird about it. I got you. Listen here. Let me just look it up. Session. Oh, I'm not allowed. Is there a way? Let's listen here. I'm such a baby streamer on so many things. Is there a way to make it so specific people can do that? Because if it's other streamers, I'd love to be able to let you do that. But I do that because a lot of people, when I first started streaming, just came in and like would put links to anything and everything in the chat. So it's like, let's just get rid of that. You can also do a whisper. That's so true. But is it by Sour Milk? Is that it? Is that it? Oh, I don't think this is it. Maybe it's not. No worries, lol. I don't know either. Now, oof, oof. Maybe mod privilege. It might be. It probably is. It probably is. Hang on. Oh, Steamaboo, bad. Wait, what? Oh, not Sour Mook, but that game is amazing. Hang on. Wait, what do you mean by Streamaboo? I don't think I know what that is. Obsession, creepy pasta, visual novel. There we go. Oh, okay, I think I found it. I sent a whisper. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I doth appreciate that. Okay, that'll actually help a lot. Um, but yeah, hey, since we were supposed to be ending the stream, listen, since you're here, if you want to like plug anything, if there's anything that you want to plug while you're here, then like absolutely feel free to. Well, I just type out really quick. Hang on. Raid Ratsu Kare. Oh, Streamaboo is a link that bots say helps get views. Oh yeah. Oh right. Yeah. how did I forget that we get a billion of them? Something, yeah, something or someone to plug, like anything like that. If you just want to say something, just feel free to let it rip right now. Oh, cause yeah, that's such funny timing. I literally, oh, I also like typed in your name. I typed in Kilo Berry without the underscore. I was like, wait, that's not who I'm like looking for. And then it was like as I was like going through, like retyping it. That's when you were like the like rated in. That was amazing. But yeah, like if you have like nothing like to plug or anything like that, then we will just raid into Rat. So that works with me. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all so much for raiding into me. That means a lot, as always. Many smooches, mwah, mwah, for everyone. Come say hi next time. Oh, I absolutely will. I do enjoy coming in to lurk in your streams from time to time. They do be fun. They do be a lot of fun. Let's say hi to Rat. Yes, absolutely. Oh, hang on. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I was gonna say something else. Let's just call it there. So I will see all you beautiful people tomorrow for Little Nightmares. So with that all being said, I hope everyone has a good rest of your night, and bye bye.